Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and hearty welcome to the 6th Young Girls. Looking forward to an exciting leg of the Women's Super League. On my right, I'd like to introduce the head of cricket pathways, Mr. Edward Tony. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome Mr. Gordon to the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think, first of all, I'd like to present my sincere appreciation on behalf of the Africa to everyone who's taking in front of me. That's the second part that we've taken in front of this event. It's one of the most important things that we have in the game of cricket. And I just want to extend my sincere appreciation to everyone who's taking here. And I wish you guys well for the next couple of days. And we want to thank you for not being here. Because that's all that is still alive and keeping them. We still have to take the bill. I think the one thing that I emphasize on is that the importance of the tournament. As you well aware, when we sent back more than 3 years ago, we realized that there's a gap between the big countries and one of our Olympic games. And we really tried to get how we could close that gap from a performance perspective. And that's really the reason for me because I JK. And that is probably that my friend making the moment and the makings and the formats is one of the things that shape what this program looks like. 2022, we have a vampire outside ahead of us. We have just over World Cup, we have a T20, we have Common World Games. So there's places to fight for, and we also need to keep our players healthy. And this competition will have value to make sure that we can grow our depth of players for selection. So I'm thanking you guys to go out there, do your best, but what's important is always have enjoyment. And please, away from the environment, is why we wanted as well to make sure that we get to the health and because the last thing we want is to try if there's differences. So when you're back in the hotel as well, please take cognizance and make sure that you stay fit at all times. If there's any issue that starting at the time, please do not raise it up when they get started. To the next officials in front of me, I'm quite pleased to see the games that we got in Brazil. I think we've done a lot going to try and get and transform the next official space by having a fully representative entity. And I think you guys have been at the forefront of that. And I want to wish you well for the games ahead. And I know you deserve to be here. And then you'll do your best to serve this game well. And all the best to you guys. And lastly, to Western Province Cricket Union, thank you and your staff, the ground staff as well, and the hardware and everything on the school, to make sure that we can be safe and make sure that we can play a game of this magnificent stadium on the overview of the mountain. Because not everybody is doing it enough to be in such a occasion. But with that, without further ado, let the games begin and enjoy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gordon. And we welcome the presence of the South Africans, all the players, the match officials, and all the dignitaries. So to everyone, all the best, good luck, enjoy, and we will now observe a moment for the national anthem. Thank you, everyone, and good luck again.
Guys, this is live, right? Nice of English.
Hello, 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 and welcome wherever you are to this glorious day at the CSA Women's Super League. And we are here. My name is Mpomutlani. I'm joined by Chris Tyndale Bisco as well as James King, and we'll be bringing you commentary throughout the 3 days of this tournament that showcases the best of the best in South African women's cricket. It is a T20 tournament and we're all set to go. There are 4 teams. We've had the 3rd edition of this. The first edition was in Pretoria at Irene Country Club, and now the 2nd edition was held in Cape Town, and the 3rd edition as well is held in Cape Town. We are in a COVID world, so we do urge you to stay safe, mask up and socially distance, and that's what we're also trying to do here at the Six Gun Grill Newlands. The first game today is how are you doing?
Yeah, very well, thanks. New. Brilliant to be able to see some cricket live in whatever respect it is. From a Newlands that may be unrecognizable to some, there's new construction going on by the media centre on the opposite side of the field to us.
Yeah, no, it's. I haven't been here in like 6 years, and good to see that they are constructing, and that northern bank is gone now.
Right.
I just don't understand why, but because that used to be where the temporary stands would be when the English team would come. But maybe they'll be selling seats inside that building once the English come back or anybody else comes back again.
I've been made to understand that it's going to be a multi-purpose venue that's used even when there's not cricket going on. Sanlam's invested in the region of 400 million rand into what there's going to be stores, and it's going to be almost like a small shopping centre with restaurants and similar.
Mm-hmm. And we are seemingly ready to go. The teams are walking out. The team is in green, and that is the Starlights. They are green with red trim. The Starlights have players such as, well, there was a draft 10 days ago, and the captain of the Starlights, Chloe Tryon, has since withdrawn. She's been replaced by Nicole de Klerk. The team of the Starlights has Lizelle Lee, as well as Masabata Klaas, who was the leading wicket taker in WSL 2.0. They have Andre Steyn. Laura Goodall will be captaining them today. And there were nice youngsters in Lee Jones, Nondumiso Shangase, Evodia Yekile with a young leg spin option there. They have Anri Grobler, Tatum LaRue, Anna-Marie Dirksen, and Kushi Mystery. The 2 players who are not playing today are Christine Tomlinson and Nicole de Klerk. And then we also have the Thistles out to bat. The Thistles are captained by Dumisi Kukune. You've got Dumi, you've got Shabnim, but at the crease right now is Trisha Chetty, who's the wicketkeeper batsman. Remember Trisha Chetty, who is a Protea player as well. Annika Bosch at they have Ellis Marie Marks, Nonkuleko Tabete, Jade De Figueiredo, Nobulunko Banetti, Musseline Daniels, Nadia Mbokotwana, who isn't playing today. They've got Kaya Kazimati to go. The batsman facing up
is Nonkululeko Tabete, the central Gauteng, off and middle order batsman.
Yes. And the bowler on the other end is Masabata Clark. To this, let us get this game underway.
Yeah, Nonkululeko Tabete managed. She's played 1 Test, 1 ODI, and 1 T20 for South Africa, but that was all 6 years ago now, and she hasn't managed to get her way back into the side since then. But she's been doing relatively well in the middle order there for Central Gauteng. She
scored 86 runs in the previous WSL, and the first ball is a wide one from Masabata Klaas, trying to get her bearings straight. It's been a while since everyone's played cricket, so
fun to say. Been a big vacation. You're definitely allowed to loosen her out at the beginning.
So from a fielding perspective, Masabata has one slip fielder at point, that is Lizelle Lee. She's got a fielder at fine leg at third man, and the next ball is played out to Lizelle Lee at point for no run. Just to give you the field, there's a third man, Lizelle Lee at point. There's a fielder at the covers. You You also have another one at extra cover. Then there is a mid-on, mid-off. There is a mid-wicket, a shortest mid-wicket inside the circle, and the second player outside of the circle is the fine leg. Again, Masabata class straighter this time, and it's played out to the leg side for no run.
So that very first delivery, those of you who used to watching the South African women's side may have been slightly surprised to see Lizelle Lee fielding there. But she actually wasn't a wicketkeeper for a long part of her career, and then was sort of forced, perhaps the wrong word, but made that role her own temporarily for the national side. Today, the wicketkeeper for the Starlights is actually Amin Grobler. That's a shortish delivery by Masabata class, which is defended but thick outside edge down to third man. It's picked up by Tatum LaRue, and they get through for just the single.
Yes, it's a very beautiful day at Newlands. They're using the international pitch here. It was played on a couple of weeks ago in that series between South Africa and England, and Trisha Chetty is going to face her first ball of the day, and Masabata class will be the bowler. She's asking for the fine leg to go a little bit squarer, letting us know that it might just be a straighter ball there that she's hoping to bowl. Fuller length ball there, cut very nicely by Trisha Chetty to the third man, and it will be another single. And that takes the score to 3 without loss for the Thistles there. Nonkululeko Tabete hoping to get in the runs. The great thing about this tournament, Chris, is that it's an opportunity for everyone to get into the selector's eye, especially
Right.
with the World T20 happening here in South Africa in 2023. That's a full toss, played back down past the bowler and picked up by the field at extra cover for no run there. That is a 3 without loss. One more ball in the Masabata class over there.
Yeah, it's a lovely stage because a lot of the women's cricket in this country is played just at the provincial level, and there are quite a lot of provinces that take part in the domestic T20. And so even to be chosen here would be considered quite an honour. There's about 12 sides in the domestic setup compared to just the 4 here. So you know that you're the cream of the crop.
Masabata in with a beautiful ball that tucks. That's Nonkululeko in there. She couldn't free her arms, and it goes back to the keeper for no run. End of that over. It is 3 without loss. The Thistles would be hoping to provide a better showing from the last WSL 2.0. They ended up 4th, and thus they could only pick in the draft last, with the Starlights finishing in 3rd. But after the draft, everyone thought the Starlights had the most balanced team, the best team. They had Chloe Tryon, Lizelle Lee, Andre Steyn, Laura Goodall, who are all master blasters.
And a lot of players that are used to playing with one another, because it's Claire de Blanche is the coach here, who's also the coach of the Western Province side. And so she's managed to choose a lot of her own Western Province players to build up that backbone of the Starlight side.
Yes, and the next bowler for the Starlights is Tatum LaRue, who is a quick right arm seam bowler from Western Province. Very short runner, but very potent. I think Tatum took 4 wickets in the last WSL.
Some last minute changes in the field as the third man goes slightly
6-3
wider.
field, offside, 1 slip, 1 fielder point, extra covers come in. Tatum LaRue with a wide-ish ball inside that wide line there to start off with. Most importantly, it's a dot ball. There's a hint of swing on that ball there. She's swinging it away from the right-handed Trisha Chetty.
Yeah, if you can generate enough pace off that short run up, no need to go from too much further
Short
away.
ball there, pulled by Trisha Chetty, but the fielder at shortish mid-wicket, that is Leah Jones, picking it up for no run. The stranglehold seemingly starting early for the Starlights on the Thistles batting order. We're just waiting to see maybe if there'll be a boundary to ease the pressure. LaRue again, this one inside, shortish, mistimed shot that hits Trisha Chetty just in the midriff there, and it's a dot ball again. 3 dot balls in this over already from Tatum LaRue, and she's doing what her coaches Claire Blanche and Neo Sikokotla are looking for in this opening over. You've got a slip and a fielder at point there. This one is wide. Trisha Chetty couldn't get to it. It is outside the wide line, and it's another a run towards the course of the to the Thistles there. I beg your pardon. Similar field to what the Masabata class got in the first over. Shortish ball.
Oh.
Trisha Chetty went straight through that one very early on that ball, hitting her on the follow through, that is. And it is still no run. The ball went out to the leg side.
And slightly deceptive pace. The first delivery, not quite the same sort of loosener the Masabata class bowled, but it seemed slower than the rest of her overspin so far. It was, a sort of a loopy one to start off with, but she's definitely picked up pace here. Tatum LaRue and Trisha Chetty seems to be struggling with that.
This one, a slowish ball there, played down, going down to the leg side, and Trisha Chetty able to play this off her legs and flick it out to the leg side for a single there, and the score goes up to 5 for no loss there after 11 balls being bowled. Last ball of the second over. As we get there,
Get to see Tabete face Tatum LaRue here.
Yes, a very Nonkuleko will be looking to get her WSL campaign on a flyer. Beautiful ball from Tatum LaRue, shaping out to Tabete, and she just played cover, drove that to the fielder at cover for no run there. And you have the end of the second over, and it is 5 without loss. The Thistles are against the Starlights in the first match of the WSL 3.0. We're expecting lots of runs, Chris.
Yeah,
We're expecting also lots of wickets.
It's just lots of action. It's a relatively slow start so far, but you don't want to go diagnosing it just yet. The bowling's been quite good, but it's also a lot of these players, although they've been practicing, haven't been able to play competitive cricket for a while, so there might be just a little bit of rust on Tabete and Trisha Chetty as we see Masabata class come in for the first ball.
Masabata in this one down the leg side, and it's flicked to Lee Jones at mid-wicket for the first wicket of the WSL, and it goes to Masabata class. Trisha Chetty caught at mid-wicket. Very disappointing for her.
And the leading wicket
caught by Lee Jones.
And the leading wicket taker of last year's WSL's the first wicket taker of this one, Masabata class. You can't keep her out of the wickets, whether it's for South Africa or in these domestic competitions.
The 8th pick in the draft was Masabata class, second round. Actually, 7th pick in the draft. Masabata was in the second round. Very valuable to have the leading wicket taker of the WSL. Both WSLs actually. She's got 9 wickets in total between WSL 1 and 2.
That in itself a small sample size, but we've seen her do it over and over again for South Africa as well. Masabata class, an experienced campaigner on that front as well.
I remember last year we were covering the Pakistan series, and it was the final ODI game, the final match in the ODI series, and it was tied 1-1, and we had a tie in the ODI, and we didn't go to a super over, but Masabata class there doing the restrictions. We've got the scoreboard up, which is going to help us very much so. And now the next batsman in is Annika Bosch from the Northwest. She's a quality all-rounder, can be explosive at the top of the order, very flexible as well, so she can drop down the order. She made her debut for South Africa in 2016 against Australia.
Yeah, she played 4 ODIs in 2016 and hasn't played an ODI since, but she did play a couple of T20s for South Africa at the end of last year. She's been doing very well for Northwest, and she can be used as a batting all-rounder. She bowls a bit of right-arm medium as well.
Masabata coming in with a 6-3 field to the offside. This one is short and played out to the fielder at backward point there. Great fielding from that is Annery Dirksen to prevent the boundary. That was a short boundary if that fielder at backward point was not there. We've got 4 fielders on the offside in the ring, 2 on the leg side. Masabata class coming in. This one is still a wide one, wideish one, and Annika Bosch freeing her arms there. Ball going down to third man for a single. She gets off the mark there. The score goes up to 6-4-1. Third ball in the third over. Very great start from the Starlights.
Yeah, and the two fielders outside the ring are a third man and fine leg, which is an indication of the sort of bowling and the batting that we're seeing at the moment. The runs that have been scored, a lot of them have been behind the wickets, just those little edges and touches down to those fielders there. We haven't seen too many powerful shots, and those that we have seen have hit the ring.
The slip is now going out to the leg side. She's going to square leg, so you've got fine leg and third man. You've got a square leg in the ring, mid-wicket, and it's a 5-4 field there. This one down the leg side from Masabata. You could see the plan was being drawn up in everyone's minds there. She was going to bowl down the leg side line to try get a similar wicket that got the one of Trisha Chetty, but this one was called wide by the umpire. Another extra to the score of the Thistles there. That goes up to 7-4-1. Masabata class in again outside the off stump, cut very nicely there by Tabete, picked up at fine leg. At third man, they thought of a second, but they Annika Bosch sent Tabete back, and another to the score there. It is 8.
Yeah, more runs there down to the third man region, and Tatum Rue showing the power that she has in her arm, stopping that second run from happening there.
Yes, final penultimate ball of the third over. There's a beautiful straight ball from Masabata class, fullish length there, and Annika Bosch couldn't do much but play a backward defensive shot back out to the offside for no run. And it is dot balls are going to be very important for the Starlights, but most importantly is for the Thistles to be able to rotate the strike. They haven't been able to do that so far, and you can see that with the score at 8-4-1 after 3 overs of the power play with the two fielders outside the off stump. This one is very tight on off stump. Annika Bosch thought of cutting it, but it was too straight for her to cut, and it nearly castled her there. And it is a dot ball, end of the third over, 8-1.
Yeah, another class over from Masabata class. I didn't mean for it to say
yes,
class.
nice little pun there from Chris.
That whole, form is temporary, class is permanent. We've made that joke at least once a session every time we have commentated on that plane.
Yes. So Masabata class is very much from a top draw there. In South African cricket, very great bowler. We're excited to see Shabnim Ismail and Timisi Kukune in the second in the bowling innings of Thistles.
Yeah,
as well.
Shabnim Ismail, probably the fastest women's bowler going around at the moment, and up there in the sort of top 5 fastest women's bowlers of all time.
Tatum Leroux with one slip there, bowling Tabete, who plays this shortish ball outside the off stump to a fine leg. It was in the air. If there was a second slip, she would have been gone. Tabete playing that shot again. She wanted to play it a lot squarer, but the ball came very quickly from Tatum Leroux, and she could only cut it fine to that third man.
Yeah, Shabnim Ismail has been clocked as high as 130 kilometers an hour. I saw she was bowling sort of high 118s, touching the 120s in the recent WBBL, which she was playing for the Sydney Thunder. The only South African player in the competition to actually win it, because the Sydney
it's
Thunder.
It's only overseas players
Sydney
to actually
Thunder won the
Tatum
WBBL.
Leroux, beautiful line there, just outside the off stump, tailing away slightly there, swinging away from the right-handed batsman, and Annika Bosch lets that go through to the wicketkeeper Henri Grobler, who is a Western Province native here. Lots of Western Province players in the Starlights. Chloe Terblanche going with what she knows, tried and trusted. Tatum Leroux, fuller ball, Yorker length, and Annika Bosch not being able to do much there, but dig it out for no run. The dot balls are piling up, Chris.
And on Henri Grobler, we were talking about the fact that you do have Lizelle Lee as a wicket-keeping option, but she prefers to be in the outfield. Henri Grobler very much focused on being a wicket-keeper. I watched an interview where she spoke about Sarah Taylor being one of her main influences and icons growing up watching cricket.
At the draft, it was we're waiting very long. This one tailing inside is an LBW shot. Umpire says not out. It was going down the leg side there.
I think I'm too eager to see wickets. I was ready to give that up myself. But yeah, if anything, that was going down.
But most
down
importantly,
leg
it's a
slightly.
dot ball in the power play. The Starlights really restricting the Thistles a lot there.
And yeah, those sort of deliveries also keep the batsmen very much on their toes. And
Tatum
like-
LaRue with a Yorker length ball. Good to see the second Yorker of the over. And Annika Bosch can't do much. She's an explosive bat, but if you're not giving her much, she
Yeah.
can't do anything with that.
Yeah, and that previous couple, yeah, she's been leaving them, and then that delivery, suddenly you feel like you've taken a few steps back when you miss one like that, and there's the LBW appeal.
And it feels like the fielders are now coming in from the Starlights. Last ball of this over, Tatum LaRue, beautiful ball outside the off stump. Annika Bosch thought of cutting it, but she let it go, and she remembered there was a slip there, and so it is the end of that over. It is 9 for 1 at the end of the fourth over.
Yeah, you'd imagine they can take their time, but if they carry on at this rate, it's not an incredibly high target. But I guess they're having to survive the bowling of Masabata class to begin with. You don't expect them to be scoring too quickly off of her. But yeah, Tatum LaRue, who I haven't seen any of before, is also holding up the other end very well.
Yes, yes. Tatum LaRue was picked in round 9 of the draft, very low, and you kind of felt that when the Starlights were selecting, they selected their batsers first, their batsmen first. Then they selected their wicketkeeper, that is Henri Grobler, at in the 8th round, and then they started looking towards some of the quicks outside of Masabata class, who went very early and very high as a fast bowler. Right arm medium coming in. It is Lee Jones who will be bowling for the Starlights. Lee Jones is a right arm seamer. She played 4 matches in the last WSL, well, in WSL 1 and 2. No wickets yet, economy rate of 14.29. She bowls first, this one down the leg side, and it is pulled around the corner by Tabete for a single. The fielder there is number 9, which is Evodia Yekile at fine leg. So first ball from Lee Jones, straying down the leg side slightly, giving some easy runs to Nonkululeko Tabete.
Yeah, surprise, surprise, another Western Province player in Lee Jones. She's one of the under-19 players that Claire Blanche thought was worthy of playing
Each team
last
had to
tournament.
select a rookie, which is the under-19 player, and for the Starlights, it's Lee Jones. Lee Jones again, this one outside the off stump, pulled over the fielder at mid-on, and there was Annika Bosch there, the batsman, and they come back for 2 there. Shot of intent, not getting it fully.
The most intent that we've seen so far in this innings. They've been very happy to be patient, let the ball go, or just dab the ball around.
Looks like it came off the bottom half of the bat there, not a lot of power to help there. The outfield's looking immaculate. The ball's is moving very nicely. It's just there was not a lot of power to help that shot come through. Lee Jones again, this one straighter and driven by Annika Bosch down to the long on boundary for 4. First 4 of the WSL 2.0, and Annika Bosch seems to be on her bike and getting ready to cash in on a lot of runs.
Yeah, I don't want to jump the gun, but that is the most confident shot that we've seen so far. Masabata class did her best to chase it down, but wasn't able to get there in the end.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely going to need to see a few more of those.
Yes,
where you know who's in the other side.
Yeah,
if
that
you,
was
if you're
that was
staring
just
down,
a half volley there.
If you're staring down the barrel of Lizelle Lee on the other side, you know that you need to put quite a big target on the board, or she can wipe it out by herself.
Lee Jones, this one is wide, a wide ball. She'll have to bowl that again. She's struggling with both her line and her length. She seemingly is overcorrecting, and that ball was an overcorrection. She bowled the first one, the 4 ball straighter, and it was a half volley, and the next one was slightly fuller and wider. And it was another extra to that. 4 extras already from the Starlight, 17 for 1. This one is slightly shorter, back of a length. Annika Bosch looking to find room on the offside to punch that, but she that was fielded at cover for no run. Lee Jones in again. to Anna Kabosh. This one's a very much better ball. Back of the length and restricting Anna Kabosh from all she could do was a forward defensive. She did that quite well. Lee Jones now starting to get into her over as the youngster. A lot of pressure on her as first change.
So far we've seen the very traditional bowling setup where they've started out with all their seamers. Of course, we do have a few spin bowlers in the Starlights side, which I thought we may have seen by now.
Lee Jones again, this one straight up and hit to the fielder at shortish mid-wicket. It was a drop chance there that was number 10, Kishi Mystery.
Yeah.
But they came through for a single. It's 18 for 1.
One of the many spin bowlers in the side that we haven't managed to see yet. The one that I'm most excited to see is Evodia Yekile. Apparently she can bowl a bit of mystery spin because she's listed in some places as a wrist spinner, some places as an off spinner, because she can do a bit of both.
Yes, she can. Kushi Mystery really letting go of that chance. It came to her like a rocket off the bat of Anna Kabosh, but luckily the only damage it cost was that one run. Yes, they did lose out on an opportunity to get another wicket there. Did the Starlights, and we're going to see a change in bowling. It is Evodia Yekile. Your dream has come true there, Chris. Start of the 6th over, 18 for 1 are the Thistles in this match of the first match of the Women's Super League 2.0. She is going to bowl right arm leg spin. This one is pulled away. Slightly shorter ball was pulled straight to the fielder at mid wicket.
Yeah, so that first delivery there was leg spin. We'll see if she carries on that way or if she breaks out a few of her other deliveries. As this one
gives it a lot of flight, it's too full and driven out to the fielder at point. Anna Kabosh keeps on finding the fielders, not the gaps there. Another dot ball to the bowling of Yekile. Evodia's got 4 fielders on the offside. This one driven straight down the ground, slightly fuller, and Anna Kabosh coming down the wicket and hitting that straight to the fielder at mid-off for no run. The fielders outside of the Yekile's overs are quick. This one is over the top and hit down the ground by Anna Kabosh for the second 4 of the day. Very good shot there from Anna Kabosh.
It was a brilliant tight over so far, which can be difficult coming out of nowhere as a spinner to find your length straight up. She managed to do that, but this one slightly looser, played straight back. And we've been given the added challenge of there are 2 players wearing number 9, so I'm not sure who that fielder is. We're quite sure that the bowler is Evodia Yekile, but unless she's been cloned, someone's wearing someone else's jersey at mid-off.
It's probably non-demiso. This another ball driven straight down the ground for another 4. There from Anna Kabosh, a similar ball to the first one from Yekile. She's not allowing the ball to actually pitch. She's turning every ball that Yekile bowls into a half volley and over the top. The fielders on the boundary, there's a long on as well as a deep mid wicket on the boundary, and Anna Kabosh is hitting the balls down to long off there as we continue. Another one straight down to the bowler there, and that's the end of that over.
Yeah, it started out very strong there from Evodia Yekile.
Yes, as we go through a commentary change and we bring James King in to take us through ball by ball. End of that power play, it's 6 overs in, and we will see what the Starlights are going to do. Hi James, welcome.
Thanks, and Paul. Yeah, great to be here and talking to you all from Newlands here in Cape Town, and it's a beautiful day. A little bit of cloud around, but quite mild, and it's been a good start. Well, both sides, I think, will be reasonably happy, in fact, with the start. Only 1 wicket down after the power play for the Thistles, and Starlights, that 1 wicket, the important one of Trish Chetty, caught by Leah Jones after the bowling in Masabata class. We have another change of bowling now from the from the Kelvin Grove end.
Going into the spin
Yeah.
part of the innings, the spin twins.
Nondamiso Shangase.
And Nondu is a very up and promising bowler.
Very much so.
She played in that India series last year.
Yeah, and I think she made her debut against Pakistan earlier in the year, earlier in the year 2019. In fact, I think at one of the matches in Pietermaritzburg. So KZN Coastal, one of a number of players from KZN Coastal, and she certainly impressed in her first outing at T20 level for South Africa. Oh, and that one is just coming into the batsman Tabete. With the spin, just a little bit of purchase on that one, and she just plays it out into the leg side.
First one just going on with the arm. She's hoping to take it away from the right-handed Tabete.
Well, she'll bring it into her, won't she? She's an off-break bowler.
Oh yeah.
That one into the covers and fielded by Annerie Dirksen, who's been patrolling that area. Not that many balls going to the specialist backward point, Lizelle Lee, who we expect to play a big part in the innings for the Starlights later. Shangase, this one played beautifully through the gap between extra cover and mid-off, and they're going to come back for two. That's probably the shot of the match so far from Nonkululeko Tabete, as she played that one beautifully into the gap past Captain Lara Goodall deputising for the Starlights for Chloe Tryon, who we believe is not available for this match. So they took one, it'll be... they took two, sorry, and Tabete.
Yes.
And just into the covers, yeah.
Nonkululeko will just want to spend time at the crease, but also
Yeah.
she's obviously going to be under the pressure, or scoreboard pressure of getting runs, and so that shot there was a nice loosener to
very
get
good.
her through.
Oh, that's that one's going to be out to the fielder at the deep, sort of long on position, and that's Masabata Class, I think it is, who comes in off the boundary there to field that one, and so we'll give you the field placing, or
Yes.
Paul will run through the field placing probably only at the beginning of the next over, because there's one ball left in the Nondamiso Shangase over.
Straight back to the bowler, bump ball
Yeah.
there, beautiful.
Very well bowled by Shangase, first over, only going for three. That one shot through the cover field for two, and just another single, but nice and tight, and that's what we've come to expect from Nondamiso.
And James, I think that's how the Starlights are set up. You know, you've got the two quicks,
Yeah.
that is Masabata Class, and you've got Tatum LaRue at
Yeah.
the front and probably at the back end as
Yeah.
well. And in the middle overs, you're going to strangle with spin. Spin seemingly taking a lot of wickets in the previous WSL, and also, you know, Newlands' pitch is a bit slightly
Yeah.
slow over the past year, largely due to the dust of the construction site coming across and being baked into the surface, because you have to sweep it off every morning.
Yes,
because
you
of
will
the
have to.
dust.
There's a lot of sand there.
Yeah, and so spin is going to become important, and we see Evodia to start again.
With her leg spin, that one just too full, probably in that occasion, but nice bit of dip. And Masabata Class has done the long run from long on the other side to long off on, not long off, but on mid off on this side. We've got the other number 9. We've got both of the number 9s bowling. The other number 9, Shangase, fielding at a long on. That one, ooh,
Beautiful.
no edge on that one, luckily.
That was a traditional leg break going away from the right-hander. Tabete looking to play at that, and she missed entirely. Great keeping there by Anmi Khobla.
Yeah, she's doing well. The Western Province keeper. Oh,
Yes. So Tabete Yekile is bowling to a backward point, a conventional point there in Annerie Dirksen. Lara Goodall is at cover. You've got a mid off. You've got a deepish long on.
Oh yes, she's got her. That is a really good catch from Annerie Krobler.
Yes.
And coming in though, I think that was the wrong one. Looked like the wrong one to me.
Came in, it was too straight to play at, and as Tabete looked to rock back and cut that one, she got a nice little edge that popped up for Anri Khobla to take, and the Starlights have their second wicket there. Evodia Yekile doing what Claire Tablanche has been telling us, is that she's a mystery spinner.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to come out, and that's gotten her a good wicket. Great to open her account for Evodia, who is making her WSL debut as well.
It's really great to see the variation from the spinner as out into the middle to join.
Yes,
To join
it
is Alexandra
Candler.
Candler from KZN England, the only KZN England player in this in the tournament. So it's going to be interesting to see how Alexandra does.
Yes, it will be. She's an all-rounder as well, right-handed bat. She can bowl right-hand seam. She's been eyed as one of the up-and-coming prospects coming through the system in women's cricket in South Africa. And Evodia Yekile will be looking to bowl her final 2 balls to Alex Candler. This one played out to the bowler for no run. To complete the field, you've got the 4 on the offside. Yeah. On the leg side, you've got a shortish mid-wicket on the square. You've got a deepish fielder at cow.
Oh, you just and that one, Leah Jones just fielding that one at that short mid-wicket position, as Paul was indicating. And that's the end of a very good over for the Starlights. Second wicket falling to Evodia Yekile with her mixture of with her leg breaks and the googly, which I think did for Nonkululeko Tabete in that instance. She was looking good though. 7 runs that she scored, and really thought that was her innings had just started to actually take shape, and unfortunately
it did, and that's the thing about Nonkululeko Tabete, is that I think everyone's expecting her to step up. Everyone's expecting her to open the order. This is an opportunity for her to open. She scored only 86 runs in 4 innings in the last BBL. Not BBL, WSL. We're not looking at. We're not in Australia yet. There, and if you look at Yekile's high score last time was 33 not out, so she'll be hoping to get another opportunity tomorrow to improve on that. On that one, Shangase to resume again.
She's bowling to Annika Bosch, and she gets down the wicket to that one, as you would have seen, and plays it out to the fielder at a deep mid-off position, and that's Annerie Dirksen. It looks like, is that Andre Steyn? Let's see, no, Dirksen still in the covers. That must be Andre Steyn out there at that position. And she's come in now for the new batter, Candler, and Alex Candler from home ground would be the Oval in Pietermaritzburg. Beautiful ground there in Pietermaritzburg, as it's Shangase into her, and that one's wide outside the off stump, and she gets it through the gap. Diving Dirksen in the covers, can't quite get there, but it's covered by backward point, who's Lizelle Lee, and they go through for 2. That's Alex Candler's first runs in this WSL, so debut in WSL this season. So looking to be a little bit cautious against Yekile, the last 2 deliveries.
KZN Coastal against KZN England.
There we go, and that one just flicked around the corner, but there is a fielder at the that sort of on the circle at fine leg, or what would you call that, at 45 in
yes,
the circle,
on the leg side.
And that is Evodia Yekile, who's helping her other number 9 to keep the run rate down. Shangase again. This one is going to be out into the deep, and it's Tatum LaRue who comes in from backward square. That was a very good throw. Hits the wickets at the bowler's end. No damage done though for either the
that last
bowling
ball
or
from Shangase was slightly
team.
easier for Alex Candler. It was the line is what made it very easy. It started on that middle stump line, and it was easy for Alex to just play it off her pads
Practicing
there.
the shot again, you would see, to get that. Must feel good to get bat on ball. It's very early season. A lot of these players would not have actually played any competitive cricket for quite some time.
Inside out.
Oh, that was a really good shot again from Annika Bosch. She's looking very, very strong. Again, made her debut last season against Pakistan. That one goes through to Andre Steyn at a deepish sort of extra cover position. They take 2, so that's pulling the score along to 35 for 2.
Yes.
And 1 ball left in the 9th over. It seems to be going through very quickly. So, pass score here, and Paul?
Look, I think 100, 110
yeah.
could be par, but remember there's batting firepower on the other side. This one, Anneke Bosch played back to the bowler for a no runner to end that over. Actually, I think the Thistles actually need to get to over 120. I think
they do.
If you've got Lizelle Lee on the other end,
Yeah.
you've got Laura Goodall, you've got Andre Steyn. You really need to pile on the runs and put pressure on the bowlers. You do have Shabnim, you've got Dumisi Kukune, you've got Banetti and Kakazi Mate. You find yourself with probably one of the best bowling attacks in WSL.
Yes.
But you need to give them something to bowl to.
And they are mostly, I mean, whereas this team is the Starlights very heavily weighted towards spin. The Thistles very heavily weighted towards seam up. So it's going to be Yakila to continue with her third over. They're probably going to bowl her through here. It's another lovely delivery outside the off stump, spinning away from the right-hander.
4 fielders in the ring on the offside, 3 in the ring on the leg side, shortish mid-wicket, backward square, and that fielder at 45 with the 2 fielders out of the ring being Kyle Corner and as well as the long on, who I think is ineffective. I think he wants her to be a lot straighter, probably even at long off.
I think you're right there. So Shangase here at a very wideish long on position, almost actually 3/4 of the way to the boundary.
And actually would like to see her in the ring with
maybe straighter
with the with mid off
out,
go back down to the boundary.
You're right, because this is not going to be played across the line, one feels, by Candler, and there we go. That's fielded by Masabata. Class at that mid-off position. As you said, and Paul, that this one more likely to be playing the ball out into the offside, where they've got a stronger leg side field than they have an offside field. Very interesting.
It is. I actually would like to instead of having this fielder, probably have another slip instead of having that longer with the ball turning away from.
Or even how about a shortish extra cover, just to stop any thought of putting it in the air. And it's been a really good over from Evodia Yakila. I think only one off the over from what we could see. It was a maiden. My goodness, a maiden over. So very good. First maiden that we have seen in the WSL goes to Evodia Yakila. 3 overs, 1 for 8. Very good bowling from her. A very important wicket. The second maiden.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yes. So the next one is we've got number 10 for us. That's Cushy Mystery. A right arm off spin. One of the strong performers in the B pool of the CSA Provincial League. She plays for the Limpopo province.
Yeah, the only Limpopo representative here.
Well, the second one is the assistant coach, Neo Sikakwata. Yes, he's
fantastic.
the coach of the Limpopo side, which kind of makes sense. Last pick in the draft for the Starlights.
I think he might have something to do with it.
Possibly.
Let's see how she goes. Right arm off break. Is it? Oh, and that one played across the line, but goes out to. Is that on the?
That is Shangase.
Is that Shangase? They are at long on, and they take a single. Anneke Bosch hoping, I think, to do better with that one. So. Cushy Mystery is.
She gives a lot of flight.
She does give it a lot of flight. She's looks a lot more wristy than she looks like an off-break bowler, but down as a right arm off-break.
Next one was a full toss that Anneke Bosch couldn't latch onto.
Yeah, she's hoping to get a lot of purchase. Let's see if she actually. Oh, that was a good ball. My goodness. That one going almost straight on. Alexandra Candler not quite getting anything on that one. I like the way that Cushy Mystery is turning on that front foot as she's coming through, trying to get a lot of revs on the ball. And that's some nice, she's going to work on that. That one a full toss again, but straight out to the fielder at mid-off, which is Andre Steyn. And that was a good throw from Steyn to wicketkeeper Henri Grobbelaar, both from Western Province, quite a large Western Province representation in the WSL.
Well, there was in the Starlights, I think. It's
yes, as well, yeah. And oh my goodness, that one another full bunger, and that one is going to go all the way to the boundary, and that's 4.
pulled
Annika,
very expertly by Annika Bosch. It was a
Yeah.
full toss. She couldn't believe her luck, and she just made sure that it went straight to the boundary for four. There were a couple of
wasn't gonna
fielders
miss
there
out on that, was
at
she? Yeah.
shortish mid wicket that she had to get through, and there was also the fielder at deep mid wicket on the boundary that she had to get past. Very nice shot there from
I think
Annika
going
Bosch.
over Masabata Klaas's head, was it? Oh! And Masabata Klaas, that one again pulled into the same area by Annika Bosch, but Masabata Klaas doing very well to dive to her right hand side and stop that one from
Bounced
going
just in
through.
front of her, caught her on the shin
Yeah.
there, but
that's,
a run saved
well
there
done.
from Masabata Klaas. End of that over, 42 for 2. The Thistles need to step it up a
they
little
do.
bit here to get a score that the likes of Shabnim, Dumisi Kukune, and Annika Bosch as well, with Benetti and Matic in bowling.
and-
So it's the question with the Thistles were that they seemed very light in the batting department. So I think
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, who is actually going to come in next for the Thistles.
I'm
one
excited to
senses-
see Ellis Marie Marks. I think she
Yes,
might
I think
be coming back,
may well be,
coming in
and
next.
they also have. A bit confused by the on the scoreboard they've got Benetti down as playing, whereas we on the team sheet actually had Courtney Gounden down as playing, and she's a left-hand batter.
No, Courtney's the one who's sitting out today.
Is she sitting out?
Yes,
So Benetti is playing. Okay, so sorry, that's my mistake. But Benetti a bowler, isn't she?
Yes, Yekile for her final over of the 4 allotted. This one's fuller one outside the off stump, driven down to the fielder now, who's no longer mid off but long off.
Yeah.
And that is a single to the Thistles. The Starlights giving the Thistles that offside, allowing them to drive, especially Annika Bosch to drive. I think they're daring her to look for boundaries, and with that fielder just.
It's
slightly
Alexandra Candler. The field is in a bit. Oh, I think she's got a stump. Yes, she has. Great work there by Henry Krobler as Alexandra Candler again using her feet to come forward and just not getting to the pitch of the ball. And great work by the wicketkeeper.
Yes, very great work by the wicketkeeper, but good bowling from
Again,
Yekile, dragging her length slightly back. The first one was fuller in the over. Second ball in the over was back of a length there. She dragged it slightly shorter, and it went away from Candler. And great glove work by Henri Grobler there. She is just doing very well. Last wicketkeeper to be selected in the draft, but she's showing that she's got a lot of value to add there. And the umpire was correct in that side angle, as we're looking at the side angle right now, correct in putting the finger up to signal that Alex Candler is out. The next batter is
Who's coming in now? I think you might be right. It might be Elise Marie
Marks, yes.
Yeah. So it is indeed Elise Marie Marks coming in for the Thistles, and their innings just stuttering a little bit here. Really being held together by Annika Bosch, who's 26, is the only numbers in double figures.
Yes, Alex Candler 4 runs off 15 balls,
My
12
goodness.
dot balls in that innings. The Thistles really need a rethink in terms of that top order as to how they can get turn those dot balls into singles into twos, or just rotate the strike to get you through. But right now we've got a very exciting player, Northern's Player of the Year, Elise Marie Marks. She's explosive as a batter. The next ball from Yekile, this one going straight on there with the arm, and Marks looking to give herself a little bit of room, but not being able to connect there. It was a quicker ball from Yekile there as well. Next ball in the over, Yekile 2 marks, it's full, and it's driven down the ground for great first shot to come into the crease from Elise Marie Marks, and it's 4 runs.
Yeah, well played, Elise Marie Marks. That's exactly what the Thistles need at this time, as they're struggling at the moment on 47 for 3 in the 12th over, so batting it lower than 4 runs and over. And they'll look to these two to really push them along, Paul.
Yes, well, they have to. I think you've got Annika Bosch, who is experienced and a Protea, and Elise Marie Marks, who is in a rich vein of form right now with the Northerns.
that one looked like it kept a bit low, perhaps.
It did.
And trying to pull it into the leg side and not making contact.
Great glove work by Anri Grobler
Very
behind
good,
her, because the
she's
ball
really-
actually dropped on her as it went past Marks.
So Western Province having both her and Sinalo Jafta as that one played out into Annerie Dirksen in the covers at extra cover, and there's no run at the end of the over, end of Yikile's spell. Very good bowling, 2 for 13 off her 4 overs, including 1 maiden, and very important wickets that have put the brakes on the Thistles in terms of their run getting. 47 for 3 now.
It's a
after 12.
very good lesson in slower bowling and being able to control a bowling innings in T20 with your spinners.
Yeah.
And so that's it's counter to what South Africa's
Yeah.
traditional style is, with being able to control an innings with
right.
all-rounders and slower, right arm, medium pace bowlers.
Seem to see that a lot in the women's cricket, though. That I mean, if you look at the teams, Pakistan, India, even some of the some teams like New Zealand as well have some very good spin options, and South Africa themselves have very good spin options. And as this one, Anneke Bosch rotating the strike as it goes out to deep cover.
Christian Michel just needs to drop her her length slightly to allow the ball to pitch. Because I think if it pitches, you'll probably cause a lot of trouble.
She's going to get some
for
purchase.
the
She's trying to
batters,
put a lot of revs on the ball, and she's in again.
Much better.
Yeah, much better. Paul. Yeah,
Much better. That one spun away from the right-handed Marks, and she could only get the outside edge of that bat down to the fielder at extra cover. Another one, that's a full toss. They played out to that field at extra cover, and they take a single off the misfield. Looking for the second note, they decide against it, and a great fielding there out in the deep. It looks like that's Laura Goodall there in the
It does
deep.
look like the captain, doesn't it? Laura Goodall out on the boundary. It is indeed Laura Goodall.
Krishy again with a little bit of flight. This one down the leg side. Oh! Just nearly caught there by Anneke Bosch. It was a bump ball there, actually. And Krishy Mystery causing a little bit of...
Yeah, she's looking good in her second over, looking better. She's managing to pitch them a bit more.
50
And,
up for the Thistles.
50 up, yeah, in the after 12.4 overs, the 50 up at a run rate of 3.9 runs and over.
Elise Marie Marks looks very comfortable out
does,
there.
doesn't she?
That leg ball was a single driven out to the fielder at long off for a single.
So today we don't have the Egyptian geese here at Newlands. We seem like we've got some pigeons on the field.
Full toss
and
there
that
from
one is,
Kushi Mestri, pulled
great
to
shot.
the deep square leg boundary. The fielder they couldn't get there, Lee Jones, with a nice diving effort, but it is a 4 runs, a full marks there from Anneke Bosch. She's on 32 in this innings.
Right. So at the end of 13 overs, as Paul steps out and Chris will come and join me, it is 55 for the loss of 3. The batters out, Nonkululeko Tobete, who was caught behind for 7, and Trisha Chetty chipped one to Leah Jones in the at the mid-wicket off the bowling of Masabata Class. She only got 2, and Alexandra Candler, who faced 15 balls for her 4, just stepping out to Evodia Yikile and getting her wickets rearranged by Henri Krobela.
Yeah, apologies to all of Paul's fans. You can't do all 20 overs. You do have to have some Paul's overs every now and again. Yeah, so far very much been the Anneke Bosch story.
It has, hasn't it? 32. One sense is it better. I don't know how many balls she's actually faced at the moment. We just better than a run.
Deliveries.
Yeah, I was going to say close to better than a runner ball. As we got a change of bowling at the Weinberg end, it's going to be Leah Jones who's going to be coming again with her right arm over the wicket medium paces. One sense is she's going to be making up the overs here. 2 overs for her and probably 2 overs for Shangase. We'll have to see. 6 bowlers used so far by Starlights captain Laura Goodall, and Leah Jones will be bowling to a ring field on the offside, so 5-4 field. She going to have to keep this one outside the off stump to Elise Marie Marks in now. Well left. That was a very nice lead.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that at the beginning of Annika Bosch's innings as well, where she was happy enough to leave them alone. We spoke about her going just short of a run a ball.
Yeah.
In this innings, that's quite a good run rate. I mean, the overall rate's 4.2. If she's going to have a run a ball.
So Shangase only having the 2 overs. I wonder if Leah Jones and Shangase are going to share the fifth bowler. One doesn't know. This one, well fielded there at a shortish third man. Chris, who's that down there? Let's have a look. That's Masabata Class down there at the shortish third man, I think. Yeah.
I think
Looks
you
like
also, I was
Masabata Class,
very ready to make the joke, and then I wasn't on air to make it, so I got the mystery spinner joke.
Yes, the mystery spinner, yes.
I should have used it before she bowled.
Yeah, we should have done, yes. Cushy Mystery from Limpopo. And that, oh my goodness, just coming down that one. That's gone straight behind the wicketkeeper. I think, who's that? Tatum LaRue, who's trying to get to, is that Tatum LaRue down there, getting to that one? And they go through for 2. Elise Marie Marks there, just getting an under edge on that one. Anri Hroblar, no real chance behind the stumps. Leah Jones looking better in this over than she did in her first over, which went for 7.
Coming from the other end now.
Yeah, coming here from the Weinberg end where we're sitting at the moment, and wide outside the off stump. She again underneath. That's keeping low, isn't it? Down to from this end, from the Weinberg end. We've seen a couple now that have kept low, and that one's scooting through from Leah Jones as well. Liz Marie Mark. That's not a good sign for the batters that are going to be coming on later on in the day.
That
must be very close.
Almost Yorker length
goodness,
delivery. I
that must
didn't
be
see
very
too
close.
much wrong with that. But
No,
the
me
umpire
neither.
hasn't.
We'll have to have a look at that one again, but that's a leg by for the Thistles, and they've struggled in this over against the medium pace of Leah Jones. We thinking that one was quite adjacent.
Yeah, so obviously given leg bias, so the umpire doesn't think there's any bat there. I think the only thing that could be wrong with that is going down leg. Obviously,
could have been.
our
We're
vantage point is slightly
not quite
off
straight,
centre.
are we? So,
I trust them more than I trust us.
yeah, absolutely. Jones again, that's a full toss, and that one may even be a no ball. It's swung away by Annika Bosch. You're not going to miss out, and 4 runs. It's down to the backward square leg position.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I don't know if it was intentional, but
I don't
that
think
one
so.
was given a no ball. We do have a free hit coming up.
Yeah,
It looked like a slower ball, if anything.
Yeah, maybe.
That just came in easy enough baseball shot.
Trying some variation, maybe. Leah Jones. She didn't need to necessarily.
No, she was looking good so far,
yeah.
but T20s are often about
They
that
are,
variation,
yeah, they
and
are.
bowlers will be looking to showcase that. So yeah, free hit, the first one that we'll see so far.
Let's
this
see
year's.
what Annika Bosch can do with this. Definitely the Thistles have the right batter on strike to take advantage of this free hit.
Of course, not allowed to change the field at all. That
No.
might be what the umpire's looking at as they bring the fielder back in.
Yeah.
That's
It's going to be
sort of a short mid wicket, who was trying to make their way to the ring, but has been called in a bit closer. And yeah, we'll see what Annika Bosch does with the free hit as she squares up.
That one is going to. Is it going all the way? It's going for 4. 1 bounce, 4 down over between mid wickets and a deepish long on, and so she takes full advantage of the extra ball from Leah Jones, and what was a good over has ended up costing, I think, 13 or 14 runs. So
well, I mean, 9 runs effectively off the last delivery if it's a 4 no ball free hit for.
So one wonders why Nondamiso Shangase was not used there. I mean, 2 overs for 9. Leah Jones now 2 overs for 21. One senses that the pace is not going to be as effective here as the spin.
Or at least the pace, we saw effective pace from the more experienced campaigners, from Masabata Class and Tatum LaRue. Lee Jones, a much younger player, just from that under-19 side. It's good exposure.
Very good.
And it'll be a learning experience, something like that.
So it is going to be Nondamiso Shangase who is going to be bowling from the Kelvin Grove end. So a change of bowling at that end. No Andre Steyn I see bowling today for the Starlights. So in for her batting, and she is going to have a job to do later on, one feels.
Yeah, we'll see what she might end up opening the batting
She
with
may well
Liz Ali,
yes.
is what I would suspect.
That one,
Loopy delivery,
Yeah.
quite full, just about on leg stump, but just swept out to square leg, where Tatum LaRue does the fielding and go through for one informed bat back on strike.
yeah, absolutely.
Annika Bosch sitting on 40 now.
And Elise Marie Marks, who's just raced along to 10 as well, really doing well with Annika Bosch in turning the strike over. That one much shorter into the pads, and not able to sort of work it away, and getting through the overs very quickly, Nondamiso Shangase, and spinning that ball. And let's have a look at her action now coming in. Also, nice amount of rotation on that front leg and on that left leg, and that one goes out to Masabata Class at long on, and they take another single. So it's not been a bad over so far from Shangase. 3 gone and only 2 so far, but it's going to be the inform. It's going to be Elise Marie Marks on strike, and they're looking for 2. I don't think they'll get them. Good fielding there from Masabata Class, again in the deep, at that long on position. Chris, have you been impressed with Annika Bosch today?
Definitely, yeah. We spoke about the fact that she got a chance in the South African women's ODI side 4 years ago, just got the 4 matches against Australia, didn't manage to retain a spot there, but has more recently been made part of the women's T20 side, playing a couple of games at the end of last year and proving that she's worthy of that sort of selection. A lovely sweep that bisects the 2 fielders on the leg side boundary, and she moves through to 45.
Great placement there from Annika Bosch, as Chris was saying. Bisects the Western Province fielders of Jones and LaRue on the in front of the railway stand here at Newlands, in front of the big scoreboard, and 45 runs for Annika Bosch. She'll be eyeing that 50 one census. 1 ball left in the 15th over, and the acceleration has happened over the last number of overs. That one just fielded by the captain, Laura Goodall, in the covers.
Yeah, another good confident shot. No run on that occasion, but you can see Annika Bosch was happy enough to start slowly, but really making the most of that start now that she is in.
She feels these two really have accelerated significantly. 31 the partnership, and in double quick time the run rate when Elise Marie Marks came to the wicket was only at 3.9, now 4.9.
Yeah, Elise Marie Marks, the research that I've done for this, she forms part of the list with A.B. de Villiers and Virat Kohli.
Right.
She's an MRF sponsored batter.
Wow, that's quite something. My goodness.
You see that? Yeah, I remember MRF, primarily a tyre company.
Well, I was going to say, I might need to talk to them after this morning, having a puncture on my way into the ground. But yes, that's very interesting. I mean, MRF branched out. We're going to see the mystery spinner again from now change of ends for Kushi Mystery, and the off-break bowler from Limpopo is going to be in now from this end, from Weinberg end. That is
skied on that occasion, falls just short of Masabata Class at long off as they run through for a single.
That was heart in mouth stuff there, I think, for Elise Marie Marks, as she lofted that one, but Masabata Class, good fielder, Masabata Class just couldn't quite get there. So we have 4 on the offside and 5 on the leg for Kushi Mystery. She's in again. A little bit sure that's going out to fielder at a deep mid-wicket, who is Andre Steyn, and they're looking for 2. Not going to get that. Annika Bosch goes to 46.
Yeah, just
one hit away.
I guess, one along the ground hit away.
Yeah, absolutely. Mystery, that one. She gives it a lot of flight, and going against the spin, perhaps not the wisest option there for Elise Marie Marks.
Yeah, just over the head of Annerie Dirksen there, who was chasing it.
Yeah. Captain Laura Goodall at deep cover on the boundary. Interesting position for her. three balls left in Mystery's over. She's bowled this one. She's certainly, okay, her length is, she's struggling a bit with her length at the moment, Chris. She's pitching it short and yeah, not easy. Well, she's trying to get that length
Very
run.
loopy delivery,
That one's going to be another no ball, and it's gone to the boundary for 4, and that is Annika Bosch is 50. Well played, Annika Bosch, and
as a
off
reward,
the no ball.
as a reward, she gets a free hit.
She does
Just
indeed, and
another swing at it without risk of going out.
she's going to go for maximum, I think, on this one. So exactly 50 to Annika Bosch, and we hope to give you those numbers for Annika Bosch shortly.
Yeah, 50 runs off 42 deliveries, 9 fours in that innings. By far the most fours of any batsman that we've seen today.
So what
no
she
sixes
gonna-
just yet, but a free
Well,
hit here.
This is a oh no, she doesn't quite get hold of it.
Very
Oh.
very long Newlands boundaries today. I think if we're going to see
Yeah,
any
you're
sixes,
right.
it would have to be from a play on the other side, Lizelle
I think
Lee.
you're right. It is actually a very long boundary for a T20 of this type, and just Leo Jones just tumbling over, not quite getting to it. Andrew Steyn doing the fielding in the deep. Mystery now with the last ball over, and I think Liz Marie Marks will feel she missed out there, playing it straight to the fielder, Leo Jones again at that sort of shortish, or mid wicket on the about 45 or sorry, 2/3 of the way to the edge of the circle. 16 overs gone. Partnership is 40 between these two, and looking like they're going to get them close to 110, 120 if they carry on the way they're going.
Yeah, but we've got a couple of Masabata class
We have,
overs
yes,
left.
we definitely
She's
do.
been the pick of the WSL in previous editions. Brilliant bowler for South Africa, and she's been good so far. She got the very first wicket of this match.
She has been good, yes.
As we see her pick up the ball again, she's set in her field. Perhaps the partnership breaker here. That's what the Starlights will be hoping.
Definitely. So Laura Goodall turning to, one would presume, her 2 seasoned campaigners. Masabata class coming in from the Kelvin Grove end, and we're likely to see Tatum LaRue
One
from
would imagine,
the Weinberg end.
the other opening bowler who not quite experienced on the international stage as Masabata class, but did very well at the beginning of this innings.
She did indeed, and a sterling performer for Western Province. Certainly looking at seeing her in the 50 over week last year, looking very impressive as it's class towards us now.
Whoa.
And she aborts that one.
Yeah, the excitement got
lost
the
her
most of
runner.
me. Yeah, very much. Annika Bosch, the form batsman, having to take on probably the best Starlights bowler.
Annika Bosch at the moment has the over 60% of the runs of the team. So really, has without her, they would really have been struggling. That one in the deep and bounces once in front of Leo Jones, who is able to then get it in and prevent them from taking 2. Just didn't reach her.
Yeah, it's one of the longest shots we've seen. We saw that one bounce fall off the free hit earlier, also from Bosch. That one almost the same sort of distance, but still just short of Lee Jones.
Yeah, these boundaries must be at 60, 65 metres, one feels today. So it's certainly quite difficult to get 6s here. That may be 2 if they hurry. That one just bunted out into the leg side.
Yeah.
And with all the fielders on the boundary, pretty much. So there's so looking at the field for Masabata class, it's 4 on the leg and 5 on the off, and she's got 3 fielders out deep on the leg side. She's got a short fine leg at 45, deep square leg, deep mid wicket, deep long on, a long off, extra cover, backward point, and a short third man. That's the field. She's in again now from the Kelvin Grove end.
Lovely
beautiful.
shot.
But that may be out.
And
Well taken, very well taken catch on the boundary there, and that looks like who is that? Laura Goodall, the captain, is it?
yeah, I was about to say it looked like a containing field from Masabata class, but
Yeah.
the way that these the batters are going, a lot of the lofted shots towards the boundary, we still could very easily see a catch like that.
Very good catch, actually. That one went up very, very high, but who better than the captain herself to be underneath that one and Masabata Class takes her second wicket, and really has no surprise that she came back on to bowl towards the death, and gets the wicket of Annika Bosch, who's 52, was it, that she scored. We'll get the numbers for you now, as it's now 4 wickets down for the
As we
for the
see
Thistles.
another South African international player join the crease, the fastest bowler in the world, Shabnam Ismail.
Yes.
That's slightly lower down the order for South Africa, but of course this...
But she can hit the ball pretty hard, Shabnim. Dynamite comes in small packages, they say, and she's certainly an incredible player for South Africa. Class into Elise Marie Marks. That one, umpire not interested, likely going down the leg side as well. And we will give you Annika Bosch's numbers if we can. 52 that she scored until when she was caught in the deep of Masabata Class, who has 2 balls left in her third over so far. 3.4 overs, 2 for 8. Wow. Nicely driven by Elise Marie Marks. Andre Steyn comes in off the boundary and fires it in quickly to the bowler, and only the single, and that brings the left-handed Shabnim Ismail to the crease.
Yeah, so in the end, Annika Bosch, 52 runs or 45 deliveries with those 9 fours that we spoke about.
So really an outstanding strike rate there from Annika Bosch in the 110s of a strike rate. So
Which compared to the rest of this innings, I'm
That's right.
going more than a run a ball.
Absolutely. So in Simon's table, so good. Probably just over 7 runs and over that she scored at. So yeah, very close to 7 runs and over, and by far the biggest contributor to the team score at the moment. What's Shabby going to do with this? She's going to try and hit it out the park.
There are still 3 overs left, and
Yeah.
it's of course Masabata Class bowling. Maybe
It
you
is.
just see this one out and try and take advantage of Tatum LaRue,
Yeah.
who we imagine will be the other death
So,
bowler in this situation.
Ringfield on the offside for Masabata Class. 5-4 offside leg side field. It's bowling across the left-hander, but
Just a little bit loose,
Yeah,
gives
was a
Shabnim
bit
Ismail
loose.
the chance to get off the mark, just guides it down to the very short, fine leg, who is Tatum LaRue.
LaRue, yes, and that's the end of the over. And a good over for the Starlights, getting rid of Annika Bosch, whose 52 was the really an outstanding innings
Yeah.
from Annika Bosch.
We spoke about
what they needed.
the fact that Masabata Class could be the partnership break, and she's done exactly that. And again, she finds herself, or at least tied, leading wicket taker in this edition of the WSL, along with her teammate Yakile.
I was impressed with Evodia Yakile spinning it both ways with the leg break bowler.
Yeah, so there's 2 mystery spinners in this
There
side.
are
If
2
you-
mystery spinners, absolutely.
As we do see that short run up, but she is a fast bowler, Tatum LaRue.
Yeah, she's going to be trying to angle this one across the left-handed Shabnim Ismail, and there is that Ringfield on the offside. We have got a deep cover,
Yeah.
and there's been a bit of confusion as to where the cover fielder is going to be fielding.
And right now, the leg
yeah.
side boundary pretty bare. We've just got
It
the
is,
fine
yeah.
leg, I guess, coming
They've
across
just
the batsman.
changed that now, haven't
Okay.
they? Yeah, you're right, Chris. So Chris called it there, and changing to a 5-4 offside leg side field. We have a fine leg, a square leg in the circle. We have a mid wicket on the circle, a long on,
Bit of
long
shot.
off. Sorry, I mean mid on the circle, a long off, an extra cover, a deep extra cover, a backward point, and a third man on the boundary. So we've got fine leg on the boundary as well. So
if Shabnim
yeah.
trusts herself to go over the ring on the
Yeah,
leg side, then
she
there's
could.
lots of runs on offer. As
But
this
that's
one's
it.
played very much on the offside, as
Yeah.
it's guided just down to third man, and they go look for 2,
They do.
decide against it,
Yeah,
and
just
they
as well.
settle for 1.
And that Laura Goodall, the captain, down there at third man. No, I don't think that is. It looks like Cushy Mystery perhaps down there at third man. I'm not sure. So now, right-hand, left-hand combination, Elise Marie Marks with that MRF bat,
Yeah.
the logo looking very firm and on the front of the bat.
Now, I guess over the wicket into the right-hander, there is a fielder on the leg side
Yeah.
boundary ready for that pull or that hook.
If she does throw onto the leg side, that could be very dangerous at square leg, but that one's down to fine leg, and there's no chance of two there by fielding once again,
By
done
Cushy
by
Mystery.
Cushy Mystery down there on the boundary, and
Some good strike rotation so far for the first two deliveries of the 18th over.
and back again to the left-handed Ishmael, and 4 balls left in the 18th over, and that's a very good delivery from Tatum LaRue.
I know Krobler being a bit opportunistic there, rolling the ball
Been
back
impressed,
down the pitch.
impressed with the wicket-keeper as well.
Yeah, very good.
Krobler, she's done well.
We spoke about the fact earlier that she sees Sarah Taylor as a wicket-keeping role model, and you can't choose a better wicket-keeper in world
that's
cricket, I don't think.
absolutely right. Well kept there again by Henri Krobler. Not expecting that one to be quite as far, really. Quick reaction. My goodness. Stopping what would have, I think, been at least 2, possibly a boundary. Shabnim winding up there to play that one through the covers. Oh, nicely played.
Very much keeping Cushy Mystery busy. Lots of runs
Yeah.
behind the wickets in this over.
Three of those, I think it's only been 3 runs in the over so far, and they've all gone down to Cushy Mystery, either at fine leg or third man, depending on the batter at the crease. The last ball of the over is going to be going to Elise Marie Marks, and that one on the pads. And once again, guess who that goes to?
Yeah.
Right. So
I thought that was going to buck the train and they might make it through for 2, but not just another single.
Yeah,
behind the
and
wickets.
they do seem a bit disappointed. Shabnim Ishmael whacking her pad there,
Yeah.
wanting to get 2, I think, off that. But some
So-
good work by the young Cushy Mystery in the deep.
And some very good containing overs. Masabata class, of course,
Very
we
good.
expected from, but Tatum
Yeah.
LaRue also managed to keep it very
Very
tight.
good.
It helps that Bosch is out of the
It does. So only 8 runs have come off the last 2 overs, and that has certainly put the brakes on the Thistles. And 2 overs to go, looking unlikely now to get to 110.
But hopefully it's still that psychological barrier of 100.
Yeah,
It looks a lot more imposing.
it does most definitely. One senses though, if Lizelle Lee gets going, that might not be a very strong total.
But I don't think there's a sport that puts more emphasis on the number 100 than cricket.
No,
where 99 is seen as a
absolutely
failure and
right.
100's the best thing in the world.
True. Oh, a nice delivery from Masabata class, but that one certainly
Little
did
bit
look
high.
like it was high and angling down the leg side, the way that the batter Marks was looking to play that down to the leg side. And so Masabata class with leg by signalled with that? I'm not sure, maybe she got a scratch on it, I don't know. So it'll be Shabnim Ishmael, and she's got a ring offside field, Masabata class, that short third man, backward point, cover, extra cover.
We're going to
and
see
a
the
long
2
off.
Protea fast bowlers taking each other on
Yeah,
once
indeed.
again. So far it's 1 run off 1 delivery, and
Oh,
this one's a
that-
lovely straight
that's
drive, but the
gonna
field is
be-
right there.
Oh, and another
Caught
one,
on the
a
boundary.
really, really good catch again by Laura Goodall, is it? On the boundary, and almost a carbon copy of the dismissal of the
Bosch.
Annika Bosch, who in fact played that to the leg side, where this one
Yeah.
played beautifully, in fact, by Shabnim Ishmael to the offside.
Yeah, left-handed,
But,
right-hander, but
yeah.
picked out the same fielder off the same bowler.
Yep.
Both brilliant shots, but when the
Yeah.
fielder's there, you really have to be confident in
Indeed.
yourself to clear
Yeah.
these long boundaries. As we see the new batsman come in for the Thistles, who is Moseline Daniels, who,
that's
an
interesting.
experienced South African campaigner,
Yeah.
hasn't been in the side as much as of late.
Yeah, it's so Shabnim Ishmael making her way back. She hit that one well, but just straight to the fielder. Too much elevation on it. One senses here along the ground is a better option.
Yeah.
Um,
Moseline Daniels, very much a bowler, but she
Yeah.
is coming in here at number 7.
and she's also a left-hand bat. I think so. Still the left-hand, right-hand combination. And Elise Marie Marks doing a good job for her team here. the Thistles, now at 18 not out, and she partnered Annika Bosch very well in that partnership of over 40 that they got for the fourth wicket. Annika Bosch still with the lion's share of the runs for the Thistles, and one just trying to sense whether they'll get over that what could be a prickly score for the Starlights to get.
It surprised me that it's taken 18 and a half overs to get there. As Moselene Daniels also gets off the mark quite quickly. Yeah, hasn't been playing too many ODIs for South Africa as of late, Moselene Daniels, but still very much part of the T20 setup, or at least the fringes of it.
Yeah, so played a few of the matches against Pakistan last year, but didn't make the tour to India.
Right.
If I remember correctly. Must have got a class 2 balls left in this over, and good bowling, isn't it? Back of a length stuff.
A good shot as well. It's a shame that you just get one from that.
Yeah. Andrew Steyn in the deep. Interesting here that Laura Goodall has got herself and Andrew Steyn, so the two internationals in probably the positions where the ball may well in fact be lofted to the most. And Laura Goodall's shown that she's been incredibly efficient under that high ball. Take 2 catches off Masabata Klaas, who now has 3 for 13 of the last ball of her spell. Yeah, slower ball.
Running through Moselene Daniels, knocks over Masabata Klaas, who ends up with 3 for 15 in her 4 overs. A brilliant spell, the pick of the bowlers.
Absolutely.
Both in economy and in wickets.
So that one just played a lot, not as firmly down to Andrew Steyn, who's really deep on the on what was the long on boundary to the left-hander, and Moselene Daniels went through for a quick 2 there with Elise Marie Marks, leaving Elise Marie Marks on strike, which is probably the best thing for the team. The in-form batter, not out batter on 19. She's been there a while now.
And she's been rotating the strike a bit, but now it's the last over. You'd imagine she'd have license to swing a little bit more. They do have that fielder on the almost, not quite car corner, a very deep mid-wicket, edging towards car corner as well as a long on.
Yeah.
Which
I'm just concerned about for the Starlights about that gap at square leg.
As this one's played very straight, just short of Masabata Klaas as they go through for a single. So we will have to see.
Yeah, see what
very much a bowler, Moselene Daniels.
She's taking looks like a leg stump line. Yeah, definitely a leg stump line. She's or maybe not, maybe 2 legs. She's taking to Tatum LaRue, who will be trying to angle this across her. She's got a very strong offside field.
So we might see it dab down to mystery once more.
Yeah, who's actually in at a shortish
it's coming in even
man.
more.
That's
Looks
interesting.
like she's going to be on the ring as they going towards having a long on and a long off.
Okay, they're changing their mind now, and so we have got Masabata Klaas at long on. We have Laura Goodall at long off. She's done a long run from long off the other side to long off here. Interesting stance that Moselene Daniels has, and she does have a rearrange those stumps there. Very nice delivery from Tatum LaRue. You miss, I hit.
Yeah, clinical stuff from Tatum LaRue finally in the wickets after bowling very well, very economically so far this innings.
Yeah,
finally gets
does
a
deserve
reward.
that one, doesn't she? Took the leg stump out of the ground. Moselene Daniels not able to get a scratch on that one, and 6th wicket goes down after 2 balls in the 20th over.
As we see Kayakazi Mate come to the crease,
right,
who I haven't seen a huge amount of.
No, I haven't seen any of Kayakazi Mate.
Yeah.
Bowler, right arm medium pacer from border. One of 2 border representatives here this week. For it's Kayakazi Mate. It's number 6 on her back, and the right-handed Mate will be facing up to Tatum LaRue, who has previous score.
Yeah, another 4 deliveries to maybe get herself another couple of few minutes, unless the wickets, unless they get Elise Marie Marks back on strike. That's probably the target here from Mate.
That's what she should be looking at. And again, very good economy from Tatum LaRue on playing here in for the Western Province, and she's in again.
And
that's well bowled.
It's a shot that did look. Ooh. So
Yeah.
it's a shot that did look like she was going for the single, but it didn't quite get off the square. It's taken by the bowler,
Yeah.
who doesn't take the chance to shot the stumps,
Yeah.
even though the batter was out of their ground. Because-
One almost senses that Mate should almost be thinking of sacrificing herself off the next delivery. Perhaps
And
it's very difficult to do that as
It's
a
big
as
swing
and
another dot delivery.
very good bowling this from Tatum LaRue. Only 2 balls left in the innings, and it looks as if the Thistles may not get to that 100. Chris, they're very close.
Penultimate delivery of the innings, and Mate does have a swing at this one. It
it's,
goes down to third man, and they go through for a single. So 99.
Oh, nice
And
throw.
you've got the informed, informed batsman, the more established batsman, Elise Marie Marks, on
So
strike.
99 for 6 with 1 delivery left.
Just
and,
need to get bat on
I'm
ball,
sure
run
they
no matter
will
what.
Get to that psychological mark of 100 for the Thistles, largely off the back of a 52 from Annika Bosch, who has certainly shown why she is in the frame from a South African team point of view. Elise Marie Marks, up-and-coming youngster, who is also staking a claim here today with this performance. 20 not out. And Tatum LaRue with the last ball.
It's a shortish delivery.
that's,
It's played to
Yeah, Leah
played
Jones.
to the fielder just on the ring, and they managed to get to
And
exactly
they do
100 runs.
There we go. So the end of the 20 overs for the Thistles. 100 for 6 of that 20. Elise Marie Marks, 21 not out, and Kayakazi Mate ends on 1 not out.
Yeah, so I guess a quick summary. We've got to see Masabata
Yeah.
Klaas and Tatum LaRue open the batting. They managed to keep it very tight right at the beginning. We saw Trisha Chetty go for 2 quite early, followed shortly by Tabete, who managed 7. And then it was and then Bosch and Candler batted together for a little bit. Candler went, and we saw the partnership of the innings in Bosch and Marks. Eventually Bosch fell for 52. And Marks sort of nurdled it around with the bowlers, and they managed to make it through to 100 in the end. Pick of the bowlers, Masabata Klaas, 4 overs, 3 wickets for just 15 runs. So opening partner also did very well. LaRue just 10 runs off for overs. We got to see a couple of overs from the young Jones, who is a tiny bit expensive, but she was bowling to inform batters.
And very good to see as you said, mystery spinner.
Yakile.
Yes, Evodia Yakile taking 2 for 13 off her 4 overs, and then Kushi Mystery, the off-break bowler from Limpopo, youngster who bowled her 3 overs for 24 runs, and looks some really good looks a good prospect for the future. Shangase also bowled well. Nondamiso Shangase, I thought perhaps a bit unlucky not to get a wicket, but did actually bowl particularly well.
And we'll take a little break, but we've got some very exciting cricket on the other side, as we'll probably see Lizelle Lee and I would imagine Andre Steyn opening the batting against some class international fast bowlers in Shabnam Ismail and Tumiseko Kune.
Absolutely. So if we thought that the Starlights had class, the Thistles have also got some class.
Brilliant stuff. Yeah, we'll probably see you in about half an hour. Don't go anywhere. It's
10
been
minutes.
me, Chris Tyndale, and James King, and Paul was here with us earlier. I'm Paul McFarlane.
and welcome back to Six Gun Grill Newlands for the second innings in this first match in the Women's Super League, the CSA Women's Super League version 3.0. The first innings were the Thistles, who batted first. They were scored 100 for, was it 100 for 8?
No, not nearly that many.
100 for 6. Yes, and now they will be defending 101 with the Starlights requiring 101 to win. At the crease for the Starlights, you've got Lizelle Lee. She played in the WBBL. She's got over 1,600 runs in T20 internationals for South Africa. She played in the WBBL for the Renegades. She scored 261 runs there. And joining her at the top, which is an interesting partnership, a very exciting one, very powerful and explosive top order do the Starlights have. That's Andre Steyn. She's played 5 matches. She's played a few matches for the Proteas here and there, and she's also a very good top order bat.
Yeah, Lizelle Lee, WBBL, and also very experienced in the Kia Super League, the English competition, where she scored in the most recent edition, scored 114, I think.
So you can see that obviously the different styles of the teams coming out of the draft. Shabnim Ishmael to take the first over for the Thistles in this WBBL. Remember, she was the player of the match in the final of the WBBL for the Sydney Thunder.
Yeah, and thank you to Shannon for correcting the way I phrased it. I was definitely wrong. She was the only South African to be part of the winning side of this year's WBBL.
Yes.
Of course, we've had South Africans who have been part of winning sides in the past.
Yes, and so you've got a 6-3 field, offside 4 ring fielders with a slip, as well as a third man and a fine leg as the two fielders outside of the ring in this power play. Dumi Sikukune moving her charges around as the captain of the Thistles. First ball were ready to go.
Yeah. You were talking about Shabnim Ismail being so good in the final of that WBBL, and that included 2 quite bad, drops off of her bowling, so she could have taken even more there. As we see her come in, right arm over into Lizelle Lee, who just guides it down, 2 fine leg. The fielder gives chase, but it's gone away to the boundary for 4. Brilliant way to start the innings. Very Lizelle Lee way to start the innings.
Yes, slightly off the radar for Shabnim. Straying down the leg side, and Lizelle Lee saying thank you very much to a Proteas colleague.
Yeah, carrying at this rate, we've got just about 5 overs of cricket ahead of us.
And that's the thing. I think in the draft, when Claire built the Starlight, she wanted an aggressive, explosive style of cricket. Chloe Tryon has withdrawn from the tournament, who would have added a lot more firepower as well.
This delivery just misses the outside edge of Lizelle Lee, goes straight through to Trisha
That
Chetty.
swung away.
The dot delivery. Shabnim Ismail very much making up for that first delivery very quickly, and that's what she's known for, just rapid pace.
Yes, a little bit of swing there from Shabnim Ishmael away from the right-hander, drawing Lizelle Lee forward. A beautiful ball.
Yeah, this is probably the contest of the match, Ismail versus Lee. Maybe the best bowler and the best batsman in this particular matchup.
Yes, Shabnim.
Oh, outside edge. Shabnim Ismail wins the contest. It's taken by Trisha Chetty. Lizelle Lee's gone for 4 runs of 3 deliveries.
Unbelievable ball from Shabnim Ishmael. Similar line, ball swinging away, this time drawing Lizelle Lee forward and getting that edge. What a way to start for the Thistles. This is their strength. The bowling is their strength, and they've come through.
You were talking about the Starlights having an explosive batting lineup. The Thistles have that explosive bowling lineup. Between Shabnim Ismail, Tumi Sekukune, they've got Moseline Daniels, who's also going to be able to bowl some good pace later on in the innings.
Yes, Moseline Daniels is a left armer. If I'm not, yes. So
left-hand bat,
she'll add that little bit of variety into the thing, and also Eliz Marie Marks. Look out for her. She bowls a heavy ball, and a very good bowler as well. She was the best. This is what Eliz Marie Marks is. Accolades that she won at Northerns this year. She was player of the season, bowler of the season, and batter of the season. She cleaned out. So excited to see her, and she also scored 19 in the last innings for helping Annika Bosch, who was the senior partner, get to her 52 or 43. Next, batter in for the Starlights
is the captain,
is the captain.
stand-in captain. Chloe Tryon obviously not here. There's
Laura
Laura Goodall.
Goodall.
Took 2 great catches right at the end of the first innings, both on the boundary, the straight boundary.
Yes, Protea, left-handed batter, so will be posing a little bit of problems for Shabnim to just change her line. So you've got a right and left combination with Andre Steyn there, and Laura Goodall will be hoping to get her team off to a start to get them to this target.
Ismail in right arm again, this time to Laura Goodall, who just guides it down to the leg side as they run through for a single. The fielder on that occasion,
Kayakazi KK, as they call her.
Who's another right arm seamer. There's lots of all-rounders in the women's game. Everyone tends to do a bit of both. Maybe we'll see some of Mate later.
Yes, and if you look at the type, so you've got Nobulumko Banetti, who is an exciting prospect, has been has gone to the national camp recently
and
as well.
She's on a wicket-taking streak of at least 9 games, including a 5-fer, a 4-fer, and a couple of 3-fers. She's really been in the wickets as of late. Shabnim Ismail in again, right arm over to Andre Steyn. This one's played confidently but picked up by the point fielder, and they don't manage a run there.
Yes. Fielding is going to be very important for the Thistles as well today. With such a low target, you're going to have to be on top of everything else. You've got a slip, point, a backward point, a fielder at conventional point, extra covers, Tumisi Kukune. You've got mid-on, mid-off, mid-wicket shortish, and then you've got fine leg and third man.
Final delivery from Shabnim Ismail in again, very quick, just outside off stump, and again defended to the tall frame of Alex Candler for no run. So first over, 5 runs, 4 of them off that first delivery.
But
and
most importantly, the 1 wicket.
And most important wicket, probably, that Lizelle Lee wicket.
The thing about this tournament is that, you know, coaches obviously will be looking for the combinations and to try and set your team up, but you don't have that time to find the combinations and everything else. So you're working off of reputation and what they've done before. And so it's this first match is a feeling in, but you also need to win, because at the end of the day there's no final. You have 3 games, the team with the most points after the 3 games or the most wins the tournament. So you will have to
as we do see Kaya Kazemate enter the bowling attack.
Yes.
Opening the bowling with Shabnim Ismail.
Yeah, so she bowls it quite straight, very quick, right arm fast, and so she's also was part of the national camp. Interesting to see how the 3 of them, Mate, Shabnim Ismail and Banetti, bowl. So you've got 2 border seamers.
And the border coach,
yes.
Angelique Tai, is the coach for border, so obviously knows her players, picks the good ones.
Yes, keeping the partnerships as well going through. 5 off 1. The Starlights needing 96 to win this first match of WSL 3.0 in 2020. Laura Goodall setting herself up as a left arm bat.
Over the wicket into the left-hander, and this one just defended, well, played confidently into the covers, picked up by Moseline Daniels, and no run there.
Yes, looking for that width was Laura Goodall, but Mate didn't give her any width there. She was able to drive that to Moseline Daniels, who fielded that very well. Just off the square there at extra cover.
Second delivery here from Mate, another good straight delivery. This one they do scamper through for a single. Shabnim Ismail takes a shy at the batsman's end. Trisha Chetty doesn't quite recover it, but I think that Andre Steyn would have been safe either way.
That's good. That's what you want to see as Tumi Sukukune as the captain. You want to see your fielders on the edge of the circle, coming in, always on their toes, making sure that the batsmen are kept honest. If you want to take a single, you take it at your own risk.
Also good confident running there. That could have very easily been a dot if they didn't take the initiative. As we see Andre Steyn line up for the first delivery that she'll face from Mate in this innings.
Yes. A little bit of field adjustments there for the right-handed Andre Steyn.
This one, another straightish delivery, slightly slower than the previous 2. played
Oh,
that very close, direct hit from the fielder there, but it seems that the batsman was safe. Lara Goodall managed to make it back to the crease just in time.
yes, at the non-strikers end, very good a throw there from. It is
Jade
Jade de Figueiredo. Yes,
Yeah.
Jade de Figueiredo.
And if you hear some strange noises, there's still that construction going on at Newlands as Mate comes in again to Andre Steyn. This one's gone straight through. She steps back for the big shot and it's taken out her stumps. Mate's into the wickets and suddenly Thistles looking in a little bit of trouble. It's 6 runs for 2 wickets.
Very quick ball there from Kaya Kazimate, the quickest one she's bowled in this over, and that's the one on the top of off stump. And Andre Steyn playing all around it. It kept low.
Yeah.
And Andre Steyn off stump is gone there.
Gone for a duck. So yeah, Lizelle Lee managing just 4. Then the second batter in Steyn, just the duck as 6 for 2. And Shabnam Ismail congratulating her young teammate Kayakazi Mate there.
And the next batter in is Nondumiso Shangase, an all-rounder from KZN Coastal. She's improved on her batting over the past year. And in WSL 2.0, she was batting in the top order as well. Looking forward to seeing a little bit more. The selectors are looking to see if she can handle the bats. The key is she's always been selected as a off-spin bowler in the Proteas women's setup, in the Momentum Proteas women's setup. But if she can do well here with the bat, it adds a lot of comfort. Also, elongating that batting order. Today the Proteas Momentum women that were announced, CSA announced today that they'll be playing against Pakistan at the back end of January in an inbound tour. So that's very exciting for the ladies who are playing today and for the next 3 days.
Some places up for grabs. Mate in again, this time to the new batsman Shangase.
And it's also about looking towards 2023. We've also got an under-19 World Cup, so some of the rookies who are playing here will be featuring there. Liz Marie Marks is one of them.
Someone we'll get to see later, Madison Landsman,
Yes,
who's
who's
just 16 years old in this competition, has scored a lot of runs. She plays for Benoni High School. She managed to score 185 runs of 64 deliveries in a T20 game last year.
And
this one's straight through. There's an appeal. It's a celebra appeal. The umpire hasn't given it until finally. It looks like it might have been given after a little bit of a conference between the two umpires.
That's very interesting. Shangase playing outside, away from a body. Not a lot of foot movement there from Nondumiso. And first ball slightly wide from Banetti, holding its line, and Shangase getting that edge and caught behind by Trisha Chetty there. The slip and the slip fielder and the wicketkeeper going up there for that one. Umpire was slightly unsure. She conferred with the
square
leg umpire, who confirmed that she heard a noise, and thus the finger of doom and dread went up, and it is the end of the second over. And 2 wickets falling in that over. It's 6 for 3. The Starlights are finding themselves in a lot of trouble.
And 4 of those runs were the very first delivery of the innings. So, and we were talking about them being an explosive batting lineup, but quite front heavy. We were trusting Lizelle Lee and Andre Steyn to do a lot of the scoring. Both of them gone.
And
as of Shangase.
The next batter is Annerie Dirksen, Free State player, and she is a right-hand bat. Can also bowl spin, but she didn't bowl in that first innings. And former Southwestern Districts player.
I think she only joined Free State for the most recent season.
And it is Lara Goodall who's been watching the carnage at the other end.
Shabnam Ismail in again to Lara Goodall. This one very close to the outside edge. Shabnam Ismail goes up, but she knows that it's not out. But if nothing else,
making them a play at everything, not giving them enough width to get themselves off, and forcing them to play at everything. Lara Goodall's not necessarily, her foot movement isn't the best there, but Shabnam Ismail showing her class and quality for the Thistles.
And we always speak about her pace, but it really is evident that she's got that extra yard over a lot of players, as this one's a shortish delivery played into the leg side. Moseline Daniels does the fielding. They'll probably scamper through for 2 as it goes into Trisha Chetty. Yeah,
Yes,
2 runs.
Moseline Daniels has a lot of ground to cover there, being the solitary fielder on the leg side inside the ring at a shortish mid-wicket. There she is actually on the square, and thus that ball going, if it goes slightly squarer of her, she has to cover a lot of ground. And the other fielder on the leg side is the fine leg, who is on the boundary.
Ismail in again to Goodall. This one just defended into the offside. 3 fielders converge on it. There's no run there.
Yes, the Starlights will have to regroup and try and build a partnership here to take this as deep as possible in T20. It's not over yet, but you need to take it as deep as possible. Yes, even though the statistics are against the Starlights, losing 3 wickets in the power play gives you an increased chance of you losing the game. Laura's got a lot of work to carry her side over the line today.
The 4th delivery of Shabnam Ismail's second over, very short bouncer over the head of Goodall, straight through to Trisha Chetty. She took a swing at it there. Lara Goodall doesn't manage to get on it. That's one short delivery for the over.
Yes, just like in the WBBL final, her use of the short ball was expert there as well. Surprised everyone, and including the batter there being Lara Goodall. Very good show of her skills there by Shabnam Ismail.
And something a lot of these batters may not be used to, the bounces at that pace that Ismail offers. This one slightly fuller than the previous one, as Moseline Daniels picks it up on the ring and they don't go through for anything.
Yes.
Another dot delivery.
Dot balls are seemingly important here. That 100 looking more menacing as the Starlights keep on going. Very good bowling spell from the opening bowlers here for the Thistles, Shabnam Ismail, as well as Kayakazi Mate.
The final delivery of the 3rd over, Ismail's second, and it's another short delivery. We'll see what the decision is there. And
It's
just another dot delivery. That's the end of the 3rd over. Thistles 8 for 3. Yeah,
one
time
run coming off of that over.
to regroup for them, just sort of survive the next few overs. Do you think it's worth giving Ismail another over and capitalising on this early success, or do you say
Look, I think you've got Dumisi Kukune probably at first change, as well as Baneti, who swings it into the right handers. She's a right arm seamer and swings it in. So I think
Moseline Daniels as well. The
yes,
pace is working
as the
here.
left arm.
Pace is working, and may as well stay with it.
That is very true, Chris. And we see another over for Kayakazi Mate. She's already doubled her wicket haul from her previous appearance in the WSL. She only had 1 wicket the last time out in WSL 2. Now she's got 2 in WSL
As she
3.
comes in right arm over. This one's slightly wide. It's not wided, but it's left well enough alone by
Hint of swing
the
away,
batter.
swinging away from the right-hander. So Anne-Marie Dirksen going against it. I think a lot of the right-handers in the Starlights have been going at balls outside the off stump that have been seaming away, getting caught behind there. That's Shanghai Sanders Ali. So this is a very watchful moment here for Anne-Marie Dirksen.
And again, this one she does play at, but just a bit too late on as it goes through to Trisha Chetty for another dot delivery.
It's dying out. The ball's died. That last ball from Mate just died out on Anne-Marie as it got to the batter there. She tried to cut it. Needed a little bit more bounce there for her to be able to cut it through to a point. There's a large... the fine leg's very straight. And so there's a nice little expanse there for her to be able to hit the ball through.
Mate, and again, this one, similar to the previous delivery, doesn't die quite as much, but this time Dirksen does leave it alone. So, yeah, very happy to get an established base.
And you can see
swinging at
the
it.
strategy here from Mate. She's bowling in that 5th, 6th stump line, or the 4th, 5th stump line, to which she's letting the batter know that if you want to play it, you're going to hit it. We've got catches on the offside waiting for you.
This one probably the widest of the over, as it is wided But yeah, Dirksen has a swing in it, misses, and we get a wide. So Mate, just the second run that she's conceded, the first run off the bat, the first extra of this innings so far.
Yes, also very important. There were a lot of extras in the last innings for the Starlight.
Yeah, it started with the wide from Masabata class.
Yeah, so very disciplined bowling here. First extra after 3.5 overs, but good bowling here from Kazimati.
Good recovery after that wideish delivery. This one's the closest to the stumps that she's come so far this over. It's a full delivery, which is just dabbed down to the third man region.
Impressive there was the length of that delivery. It was a wide Yorker.
Right.
And Annery Dirksen had to dig it out and get it to squirt down to that third man.
As she gets off the mark with that delivery after being happy to leave a few. As we get to see Mate now into the left-handed captain, Lara Goodall.
It's going to be a test for Kayakazi, trying to get the ball across the left-hander and also not giving her enough width.
And quite a good delivery, but a good shot in reply. It's picked up by Moseline Daniels on the ring, and it's given a no ball. So free hit here. Can only imagine that was a front foot no ball.
Yes, Kayakazi trying to get that extra bit of length there, overstepping the mark, to try and get that extra bit of to just get the ball full there to the left-hander. She managed to give her a little bit more width than she would like, but in that also overstepping, trying to find also that yard of pace.
So Goodall here, an opportunity to have a bit of a swing, not having to be too circumspect as she does, and yeah, it's a good shot, but it's picked up on the ring, and they run through for just a single there.
Yes, great result for the free hit that you end up with just a single. Boundaries are going to be very so far in this match. Boundaries are few and far between.
Unless your name's Annika Bosch, who scored a lot of boundaries, but also did take advantage of the free hits that she was given.
She teed up towards the end of that innings, which was really nice to watch how she went about. Very leg side dominant player, but very good innings and an important innings for the Thistles.
A good final delivery here. It's a foolish delivery on off stump, which Dirksen just plays into the onside.
That was very straight.
No run.
Very, very straight. From Kazimati, who'd be very happy, assuming with her spell, if this is the last over. And she gets a bow from the queen herself, Shabnim Ismail, who recognizes how great Kazimati is.
It looks like we're going to see Moseline Daniels, the left arm seamer, into the attack.
They've been talking about the variation throughout the draft. The experts and the analysts there were talking about the variation that is lacking in South African cricket, especially from a right arm, left arm option, seam option, as everyone seems to be right arm seam. So as a first hint and a first viewing of left arm seam in WSL 2.0, Moseline Daniels has 3.0, yes, and Moseline has also played for the Proteas. While
we were speaking about it earlier. Well, she played T20s as recently as last year, not so much in the ODI setup at the moment, but a T20 international bowling average of 23.
Left arm to the left-handed Lara Goodall.
And it's a fast, full delivery, but it's given wide in the end. Just pushing the boundaries
away there from the left-hander towards the end. So very nice shape from Moseline Daniels.
And genuine pace and a good length. Just unfortunate with the line of it, but I'd say a solid start despite the result. Comes in hopefully for a first legitimate delivery, left arm into the left-handed batter. As it's another full delivery, but this time on the stumps. And it's played to Shabnim Ismail at
Yorkers are very important in T20, and Moseline starting off very on the mark there, on point with her length.
Yeah, as we spoke about earlier, the pressure has been unyielding so far, and it probably won't yield anytime soon with the bowling lineup that we have here. As this one's defended to mid-off, but they managed to scamper through for a single. Lara Goodall adds 1 to her total as we get to see Dirksen, the right-handed batsman, face Moseline Daniels for the first time in this innings.
Yes, 14 for 3 are the Starlights looking to chase down this score of 101 to win. They need 87 in 15 overs and 4 balls. So they'll be hoping that this partnership will help them get as close as possible to that total.
Daniels left. Oh, brilliant delivery straight through Dirksen. Another short delivery, genuine pace to it. As it goes from bad to worse. Suddenly 14 for 4 here.
Rosaline Daniels has
Starlights.
perfected that length, and she's started on that point, on that Yorker length, and she's just kept on fixing that line, adjusting that line as we went on, and now to the right-hander batter, it's that middle and leg line, that ball that just straightens once it pitches, and she got Annerie Dirksen there, and the Starlights are in trouble. 14 for 4, needing 87 to win. This Thistles team has something. I think Angelique Tai going for the best fast bowling pace attack in the tournament was onto something here, and so now we're just seeing the fruits of that coming through. And the next one is number 8 for the Starlights is Masabata Class. She's coming in. She has a high score of 9. Is that? No, I don't think that's Masabata. I'm just trying to sort that out with everyone.
As we see Rosaline Daniels coming again, another fast delivery, another full delivery, not quite Yorker length, but just short of it.
Yes, it is Masabata Class in there. Look, I think, Chris, the one thing I think when James comes on, I think we should also talk about is just the ability to rotate the strike. I think as Shannon Lapman-Creel, who is the Momentum Pro Tours women's number 1 supporter and the number 1.
And occasionally one of our co-commentators.
She is like the number 1 supporter of women's cricket. She noted obviously that rotation of strike is a problem, especially early on in the innings. You know, T20, everyone looks at T20 saying that no, you need to find boundaries and sixes, but 1s and 2s, turning 2s to 3s, that's what's more important, especially with the field set like this,
and especially
where
in
everyone's
these
on
low total games where you are chasing 100, a 1 or a 2 is a lot of runs contributing towards that. As we see the final delivery of Rosaline Daniels' first over, another full fast delivery, almost don't need to watch her bowl. And that's going to happen. This one just defended into the leg side for no run.
So far, fast bowling par excellence from the Thistles.
Masterclass from everyone that we've seen so far, and it will probably continue to see
and you can see the value
that.
of having a Shabnim Ismail, who is the best fast bowler in the world, in your side. You know, you can do quite a lot, and a lot of this bowling attack is learning from her. You can see Shabnim
As we see
talking to
Bonetti, who you were talking about earlier, the other border player in the side. So
Nom-
Tumise Kakune holding
Nombulumko.
herself off.
Nombulumko Banetti there from border, right arm seamer. Look for that in swing, watching her. So that ball's going to be tailing away from the right-hander there, the left-hander there actually. So
She's used to being the one taking all the wickets. It must be unnatural to see all her teammates doing this.
yes, for the final over of the power play. So far the Thistles will be very happy. To me, just bringing in the fielder from a square leg who was on the boundary, sending out the third man. So you've got third man and fine leg outside of the ring, 3 on the leg side in the ring, and 4 on the offside.
Bonetti, and here this one skied again. Almost a brilliant catch there on the ring. Just grounded as they scampered through for a single. Lots of opportunities here.
Yes. To me, actually, had she stood on the ring, it would have been just a regulation catch. But because she was walking in with the bowler, it just went over her head. She managing to get that hand on it.
Yeah. It could have been an absolutely
Yes,
spectacular catch if she took it.
Yeah, it's a drop, but it's a very tough one to call a drop. Now you've got the right-handed Shangase waiting. They took a single there, so it's 15 for 4.
And yeah, Bonetti taking lots of wickets in her recent games. She'll probably continue that as this game goes on. This one just a good length delivery.
Trisha
on the
Chetty
offside.
standing up to Banetti there, and not giving the batsman quite a lot of options of coming down the wicket and being able to hit the ball earlier from the right-handed Banetti.
Yeah, Banetti in again. This one's slightly slower loop here, and it's played towards mid-on. It looks like it's going to run away. Shabnam Ismail gives chase, but it does go for 4 runs.
Good shot from Masabata class there.
Yeah, rare loose delivery so far in this innings. We've just seen the 2 boundaries. The one off the very first delivery of the over, and this one now off Banetti.
Yes, 19 for 4, 5.3 overs in. The fast bowling of this Thistles side has decimated the top order of the Starlights.
4th delivery from Banetti. Again, slightly slow, although everything seems slow after watching Ismail and Moslin Daniels, and it's guided into the leg side. There's a shy at the stumps, but they still run through for a single.
Yes, they'll be needing to rotate the strike a lot more. Boundaries aren't coming as much as they'd like. So, with the fielders all sitting on the edge of the ring, there's singles and twos available here. If you can manipulate the ball, where the ball goes, and use your feet, move across the stumps, try and find ways to create some runs rather than sitting and waiting for the ball to come
Penultimate
off
delivery
the
from
bat.
Banetti. This one almost looks like a leg break, and it's skied, and it's taken just inside the ring. That's the wicket that Banetti was looking for. She continues her streak of taking wickets in matches, and suddenly 20 for 5.
Lara Goodall with I would call it an agricultural shot, but very good slow ball there from Banetti, disguised, and Lara Goodall fell in that trap, and she skied one to the fielder at mid-wicket, and 24-5 the Starlights are there.
Yeah, I don't know what you can do to stop this. The bowling's been superb. There have been a couple of loose deliveries, but overall, every bowler's come and put the pressure on the batters. And yeah, 20 for 5, unless we see something absolutely spectacular, this game may slowly peter out.
Next batter in is Lee Jones, the youngster from
The Western Province.
Bowled just an over.
No, a couple of overs. I think she went for 21 in her 2 overs, so a little bit expensive, but that might be an experience showing. She's an under-19s province player. Her under-19s coach, the Western Province coach, Claire Blanche, showed some faith in her by picking her in this side.
She's got a lot of promise, and we'll look into the future, and that's what the WSL brings. You know, there's those who are knocking on the Proteas door and those who are starting their journey as professional cricketers.
Final delivery, and this one's just guided down to Moslin Daniels at fine leg as they scamper through for a single. 21 for 5 at the end of the power play.
Yes, end of the power play. I took 5 wickets, so the Starlights will want me off commentary.
Yeah, you get credit
You'll
for 2.5, I think,
James.
with 2 commentators. As James joins me for these. Yeah, you don't have boring middle overs in a T20. It's just the middle overs, and especially not boring middle overs when the batting side's 20 for 5 and the bowling side's looking very confident.
Oh my goodness, it's been really good tight stuff from the bowlers on the Thistles side. It's been some combination of some woeful batting and some good bowling.
I think most of the credit goes to the good bowling. A couple of loose shots from experienced batters, but then the middle order. This one, Moslin Daniels,
really good shot.
Another fast full delivery from Moslin Daniels, but it's dug out and it makes its way to the mid-on boundary for 4.
Yeah,
Third
really well
boundary
played by Masabata Class.
Who
she is,
now becomes the top scorer of the
yeah,
innings. She's
yeah,
scored
she's,
2 of the 3 boundaries of the innings, and she's sitting on 10 now.
Yeah, moves into double figures, and that was actually really nicely played. On her legs, Roy was there to be hit, but she had to still beat the field, and she did particularly well in that. So yeah, I've been watching the carnage from just a couple of meters away, while Chris and Paul have been.
Moslin Daniels in again, full and short. You can say that every delivery, but this one, Masabata Plus doesn't get batted. It goes through to Trisha Chetty, who's standing up to the stumps, which she wasn't earlier. The previous over, she was standing back
She was
to the
Moslin,
rapid
wasn't
left
she?
arm of Moslin Daniels.
I think that wicket of Laura Goodall, obviously a really key one for the Thistles.
I'd have to see it again, but it did look like it was a leg break out the back of the hand slow ball. Moselene Daniels, and again, full short, this one defended into the leg side, again a dot delivery.
Yeah, so it's been really tight, and some really nice fast stuff from Shabnam Ismail up front.
Yeah,
Getting
Moselene
that
Daniels
wicket,
looking almost as quick, and Trisha Chetty doing very well to stand up to the stumps here.
She's a very experienced keeper, Trish Chetty. She's played for South Africa on numerous occasions. And
full, fast, straight delivery, and it's just a leg glance picked up by the fine leg fielder as they scamper through for a single. The fielder,
Figueiredo.
Yeah.
Figueiredo. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the slow left armour. I don't know much about
the way
it.
the pace is going, and the fact that Tumise Kakuna is there, we may just see 5 pace bowlers, no spin in this innings.
We may well. It's very interesting that they have really made the inroads with the pace bowlers. Ball is keeping a bit low at the Kelvin Grove end. The batters at that side facing the bowlers coming in from the Weinberg end seem to be struggling a bit with that.
Moselene Daniels into the young Lee Jones, who it's a good drive, but doesn't get any run from it.
Yeah, nice confident step into the ball there, and the ball angling across the right-hander from the impressive Moselene Daniels, it must be said. I was impressed with her last year when we saw in the Pakistan tour. She did also bowl. She bowled very well, and we took a bit of a break for the Indian tour. But,
last delivery of the over, there's another dot just driven into the covers, and at the end of 7 overs, 26 for 5 are the Starlights.
Wow. So 6 off that over, which included that boundary from Masabata Class off the first ball as it was angled into her pads, and she didn't miss out. And Vanetti's been pretty impressive, I must say, from this side. First time I've seen her bowl. I know 7 off the over, but
I've spent a lot of time looking at her numbers. We spoke about the fact that she played for Border, but she's just in the wickets every game.
Yeah, that's very good.
As she comes in again, right arm. This one wide full, and it's played on.
Oh my goodness! Oh dear.
6 down.
That is the
end of class, and very frustrated with herself. Unsurprisingly, because the delivery was okay, but not a wicket-taking delivery until you turned it into one.
Yeah.
With that inside edge.
Full and wide outside the also seemed to be a little bit slower perhaps than she expected, or was too early on the shot and pulled it into that leg stump. And this could be a mystery, is it? Kushi mystery perhaps? Coming to the crease now.
Try and have a look.
We'll see soon.
Supposedly the next batsman in is Krobler, but I don't think that is the frame of Krobler making her way
so
to
must
the
be by the
crease.
class. It is. Yeah, it is. Kushi Mystery, who is going to be coming to the crease now, and these 2 youngsters, Leah Jones and Kushi Mystery, are going to have to do a job for the Starlights, as the big guns of Lane and Goodall only managed to get 11 runs between them, and well bowled by the Thistles, and defending that total, which we thought was average at the best. They're really defending it exceptionally well.
Yeah, I guess we haven't seen any cricket for a while. And it's hard to say at this time what a good score is. Suddenly 100 looks like a very good score.
It does, doesn't it? I think also perhaps more difficult for a batter to get in and after such a long break than for a bowler in some ways.
Vanetti in again to the new batsman. This one just the batter just defended into the leg side for a dot.
Yes, that bat was really far in front of the pad. Very nervous looking first shot from Kushi Mystery. But opportunity to bat now. I mean, we are in the 8th over, granted, but nothing to lose. Spend a few overs at the crease, just trying to get yourself in.
Yeah.
And Captain Tumi Sekakune, I'm surprised she's not actually coming in a bit closer to move herself to a sort of shortish extra cover position.
This one also a slightly slow delivery, just outside off, as it's guided by Mystery down to the 3rd man region as they scamper through for 2. So that's exactly what you want. 2 runs or 2 deliveries so far from Mystery.
Yeah, some good running there as they took that Elise Marie Marks, I think it is, down at third man, and still got Annika Bosch in at slip. Can't keep her out of the game, Annika Bosch. A great catch that she took there off that Skyer. So we've seen some good catching off the high ball.
This one, Yorker length loopy delivery, dug out by Mystery, and another dot delivery there.
Yeah, so that one almost had the sort of flight and dip of a spin bowler. So we'll have to keep an eye on. I'm trying to get to the first name right. Nombolunko,
yeah.
Nombolunko Banetti, Nobolunko. Sorry, I've got to get that right. Nobolunko. And certainly has been impressive in her 2 overs so far. This one signalled wide by the umpire, and there will be one more to the score. 28 for 6. It looks a shambles, doesn't it?
Yeah, 29 now. That's the third wide of the innings that we've seen. 4 extras in total.
So far, I mean, Masabata class doing an all-round job for the.
This
the
one
Starlights.
just goes slightly down leg
I think it'll be
as it's picked up by Moseline Daniels at fine leg.
Umpire soft signalling that was off the pad down the leg side, and it indeed signals the leg bye. So another extra first leg bye that we are seeing, and that will bring Leah Jones on to strike against Banetti. The ball's been keeping a bit low from this.
Definitely from this end. We saw
Weinberg end.
So a few dive from Jones, in fact. So this one, perhaps
right.
also out the back of the hand.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like. But it didn't really come out any slower than any of the other deliveries.
It sort of seemed to skid on a bit after it pitched. So somebody to keep a bit of an eye on there. Banetti seems to have a number of variations, and that's perhaps key to some of her success that she's been having. So one of 2 border players, I think, in the WSL.
Finally, it looks like we see Tumise Kukuno bring herself into the attack. So yeah, as we said, we may just see 5 different pace bowlers if they carry on at this rate.
Oh, it's so De Figueiredo, who is the slow left armour, one of only 2 spinners in the team.
They would have had Mbokotwana. This one slightly shorter on the offside.
Okay.
It would have been a very risky single, but it's managed to go through the fielder.
They should easily get
in
2
the end.
now. Yeah, so
Elise Marie Marks. Yeah,
so some really, in fact, good running there by Mystery. She called Leah Jones through, and in her attempt to effect the run out, Elise Marie Marks, she is absolutely mortified with herself. I mean, she missed the ball completely, went through her legs, and they got 2. Would have been a very close run thing if she had have actually got the ball.
Good quick delivery from Sekukuna, challenging the stumps again. Probably what she wanted to do when she took the slip out earlier.
That's right.
All in all, a good over there.
It was.
Kept the pressure going.
Only 3 off the over with actually would have been.
Without the wides and without the misfields.
Yeah, would have been a maiden. So, and we are going to see some spin. So it is De Figueiredo from KZN Coastal, who is going to be plying her trade from the Weinberg end with her slow left arm.
Yeah, one of the bowlers who was recently included in the National Academy, supposed to be able to bring a lot of control to the middle overs. I think they've already have control in these middle overs.
They do. So good opportunity, a good chance for a youngster to come in bowling against 2 inexperienced batters and give her the opportunity to perhaps get some overs under her belt and try and see if she can exert even more pressure on this lineup of the Starlights. 6 down after only 9 overs, 33 runs on the board.
Nice slow run up. Left arm orthodox as this is just guided into the leg side. Trisha Chetty gives chase, and they think about 2 but settle for 1 in the end.
Yeah, that looked like that was all round a very orthodox type of delivery, an orthodox type of shot, and an orthodox result, 1 run.
But good control.
Moseley, absolutely. And that's what you're wanting from your left arm spinner. You're wanting that to be on the spot every single delivery if you can. And I think spinning has come a long way. Spin bowling aside from in women's cricket in South Africa lately.
Oh, nice and loopy. They have the go for the big shot there. As that one is chased by Shabnam Ismail, is picked up. They run through for 2, and
Yeah.
they do get it in the end. So yeah,
Yeah, good running there. Mate, who's Kayakazi Mate, fielding at deep mid-wicket. One of only, in fact, the only fielder who's on the boundary at the moment. And to De Figueiredo, so they go through for 2. A good shot from Mystery. Who,
Yeah. Another loopy
Oh,
delivery. This one
yeah.
turns a little bit more. It's left alone, and yeah, it goes through to Trisha Chetty
yes,
for no run.
the batter like leaning forward there, not on the line of the delivery, but nicely bowled just outside that off stump, and that's a good line actually to follow.
Another nice loopy delivery. This one's
This
foolish,
one she
and
may
there's
not-
a shot.
Oh,
almost
my
a
word.
brilliant catch, just
It was.
over the head of Tumise Kukune.
So Tumi Sekukune there, as Chris explained, running backwards from her position, or running actually to the side almost from her position at cover, and just unable to reach that right arm out and take the catch. So it'll be Leah Jones now to face De Figueiredo for the first time.
And
Oof.
it's another big swing, but this one just goes to the sort of square leg region as they go through for another single.
So it hasn't been a bad over at all, really, from De Figueiredo. I think shot selection from Mystery has probably been better. That Leah Jones there, perhaps fortunate to get away with that one with an under edge. Still,
Let's
we've got-
see the final delivery here. This one's slightly
Ooh.
flat and shorter. Big
Yeah.
swing at it
Yeah,
from Mystery, but doesn't get bat on it, and that's the single to end. So 5 runs off the over.
yeah, it was. But I mean, that would be happy with that start, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, in the
Jade.
position that they are, 5 runs is perfectly economical. They need to go at over 6 at this point after a slow start chasing. 101 is what they need.
Certainly. So this the team here from the Thistles has very much a coastal flair to it, with a large number of the players coming from KZN Coastal and a player from the border. So I'm sure they'll feel right at home playing here at the coast in Cape Town.
Sekukune in again, nice quick delivery, good length on middle stump as it's guided into the leg side for a dot.
Annika Bosch at mid-wicket coming in and picking that one up, and she's just in the game all the time, looking really, really enthusiastic in the field.
Yeah, out of the slip
yeah.
position now, which he filled for the first part of this innings. Another, good quick delivery,
Yeah.
slightly wider.
Leah Jones just also battling to get the ball off the square to Tumi Sekukune, and Tumi doing exactly what she would have expected herself to do, is keep it really tight.
Although these 2 young batters haven't been going especially quickly, they have managed to stop the
she got that one? Yes,
stop
she
the
has.
flow of wickets for a bit. That's a
My
brilliant
goodness,
caught ball from
that
Tumi
is.
Sekukune.
Yeah.
And that's the end of Leah Jones.
And quite, and I mean, no doubt that as the Starlights struggle here and are collapsing, 7 down now for 38, the Thistles are all joined together there. There was they all ran quickly to their captain, and you saw that tremendous catch that
Yeah.
she took right in front of her, and looped up, but she managed to make the ground across the pitch and diving forward. I mean, that's good. She's had those 2 that she's almost got to.
Yeah.
And that one, she certainly made no mistake. One of the best fielders in South Africa, Tumi Sekukune.
And now everyone's in the wickets except for the left-arm orthodox bowler. So
And,
just need one
yeah.
for Jade De Figueiredo, and then De Figueiredo.
So
And then everyone
it's,
will have a wicket.
Yeah, I think really hoping, understanding probably that net run rates in terms of a win is probably going to be quite important. Question is whether Tumi will continue with Jade De Figueiredo and see if she can pick up these last number of wickets, or whether she'll bring in one of her premier bowlers that are in the team just to try and clean up this tail of
Right.
the Starlights, as we have Henri Grobler, the Western Province wicket-keeper, who is in at the crease.
And a good delivery from Tumi Sekukune to start out Henri Grobler's innings. Just a nice, fast, good length delivery on middle, defended to marks at mid-on.
And so far, I mean, Tumi Sekukune not having made use of Annika Bosch either, who is really in the all-rounder stakes, also has a good, very good medium pace bowler.
Another good delivery there. Trisha Chetty up to the stumps again for Tumiseka Kune. Krobler has a go at it, but doesn't manage to get any bat on it, and it's another dot delivery.
So at the crease at the moment, we have Mystery and we have Krobler, and I think that is actually get an easy single in the end there. That one just going to the to the right of the fielder at mid-on. That's Elise Marie Marks, and they take a single. So really good return for Tumiseka Kune. 2 overs, 1 for 4, and the bowling figures look exceptionally good at the moment. So Sekakune 2 overs, 1 for 4. Shabnim Ishmael 2 overs, 1 for 7. The very important wicket of Lizelle Lee, and considering that 4 came off the first ball, really economical from Shabnim, as one would expect, and giving a good couple of good bounces to Laura Goodall as well in her second over, which was good to see. And the Figueiredo has in fact been taken off by the looks of things, and it does look as if we have got Benetti coming back on
again.
And oh no, sorry, it's not. It's Mate.
Yeah.
Mate coming back into attack. So
very much like a spinner had her hands in the rough trying to dry them out, by the looks of it.
So Tumiseka Kune going for the jugular here, by the looks of things. She's bringing back on one of her frontline bowlers, and it's Mate running away from us here at the Weinberg end.
A good full-length delivery to start out, and another dot there picked up by Shabnim Ismail at mid-on.
So Krobler took a single off the last ball. She's facing Mate in this over, and one senses Mate 2 for 5 off 2.1 overs. Really been bowling exceptionally well. At one stage I think she had 2 for 1 after her first over, and getting the wickets of Shangase and also of Andri Stein.
She comes in again, and nice quick delivery. Trisha Chetty does very well to get that last minute.
I mean, what a benefit it is for the Thistles to have Trisha Chetty behind the stumps.
Yeah,
really experienced.
There's a wealth of South African wicket keepers at the moment.
There are.
We got to see Henri Krobler doing very well in the first innings. We're going to see Faye Tunnicliffe probably later today.
And Sinalo Jafta also possibly will be potentially keeping wicket as well. I think she's in the same team as Faye Tunnicliffe. So Western Province having an embarrassment of riches in the wicket-keeping department, with Sinalo having made her way down to the Western Cape in this last year after her really outstanding performances in the series against Pakistan, then going off to India with the team. I don't think she got much of a game there, but it was really good to see that she was taken there. And this may well be out, and it is.
Simple catch for someone of Shabnim Ismail's experience.
Yeah.
And
that was, unfortunately, I think that one again, maybe Mate just holding it back, but yes, unfortunately, it was Krobler there who just chipped that one up, and that was a regulation catch for somebody of the calibre of Shabnim Ishmael. And
there's a certain
Starlights.
inevitability left to this innings.
Yeah, it's certainly the starlight is definitely dimming here. One would say. It's 39 for 8. And Chris has just gone to fun. That was a very bad one. That one.
The temptations to try to do some punts back, but that just brings the whole broadcast down. I'm not going to do that for the listeners.
Probably best not to. So Mate now 3 for 5 with 2 balls left in her third over, and Tatum LaRue is coming to the crease, and it seemed like they crossed while that ball was in the air. That's interesting, as it will be a Mystery who will be facing, and
Tatum LaRue coming out without a helmet.
That's very
to
interesting.
the fast bowlers. It's confidence, but she is quite tall. I guess she can trust
so.
unless Shabnim Ismail comes
I think
back
she'll be calling for a helmet when if Shabby comes back on to bowl. Mate in again.
Exactly what you need. Just a good delivery.
I mean, attack the stumps now. It would be. You miss eye hits. That's certainly what happened with Andri Stein, who played across the line to one that probably kept a little bit low from Mate, But that was really what the start of what was going to be a really poor batting display from the Starlights. Good running.
The chance
and
at a run out,
yeah.
but just wide of the stumps as Mystery manages to get a single off the last and defend
Yes, yeah.
the number 10 batsman, hold on to the strike. It's been quite a good innings given the circumstances from Mystery. She's managed to rotate the strike quite well for a young player. And she's on
she
ace
has.
now.
She's
second highest run scorer of the innings behind Masabata Class.
I think what's been really good is that she's taken the opportunity to get herself in. She knows the situation. She must know the situation is virtually hopeless. 40 for 8 with 8 overs to go. Certainly if it was 40 for 1 with 8 overs to go, they might have been in with a chance. But
depending on the batters at the crease,
Absolutely.
but there's no real top ender. It is.
And,
she's the experienced batsman in this case,
and yes, it's. I'm sure Tatum LaRue will be calling for a helmet very shortly if she goes on strike.
Well, she's a
Shabnim
braver batter
Ismail,
than me otherwise.
Hope she's wearing a gum guard then.
Rapid Ismail comes in this one, strains slightly down leg, but not so much that Mystery doesn't get back to it. Plays it out to marks, and there's no run there.
Yeah, so Tumise Kakune doing exactly what one thought that she might do, is really go for the win by as many runs as possible, understanding that in this format net run rates may be very important for them with this very strong bowling side that she has got at her disposal.
Ismail in again, right arm over to Mystery. A more confident shot, but still can't get it past the ring, and it's another dot delivery.
Yeah, so that one played straight through there to Nkululeko Tabete, who is at a sort of shortish extra cover position. So it's a complete ring field. There is only two fielders that are on the boundary. We have a long leg and we have a third man, and it's Shabnim Ismail again.
Short delivery gets
that is
brilliant cut shot that's going to run away for 4 by the looks of it.
It does indeed, yes. And well described there by Chris, and very nicely played by Kushi Mystery, and that's her first boundary, if I'm not mistaken.
I think, as far as I know, just the 4th boundary of the innings. Lizard League got 1, Masabata Class 2.
2, yes.
And Mystery moves on to become the highest scorer of this inning. She's on 12.
And she certainly played very cautiously to begin with, as we're saying, not really getting too many that she was able to punish. And as she's got her eye in, she's certainly looking as if she's a lot more comfortable.
4th delivery here from Ismail. This one on the wickets, just circumspect shot, defensive into the offside, for no run.
So even though she's not necessarily moving that front foot to the sort of line of the ball, she seems to be getting behind the ball and playing it very nicely out into the offside, and she's doing herself no harm at all, spending some time in the middle here against one of the best fast bowlers in the world.
Short delivery challenging the young batter who just managed to get a little bit of bat. She's slightly late on it, but scampers through for a single. Tatum LaRue will just have to defend the last delivery of this over. She doesn't have a helmet. It's very brave.
Do you think this one's going to be a short one?
I don't know what. I don't have the right insights into Ismail's mind as to whether she's the sort of bowler to throw the short delivery at the helmetless.
I think she is. That's. Even though I think there's no fast bowlers club anymore, is there?
But
really?
there's also the psychological aspect of maybe the batter's expecting that short delivery because she's not wearing the helmet.
I think she probably is a left-handed LaRue facing Shabnim Ismail.
And it is the bouncer over the head. She was very ready to duck. She didn't need to move her bat at all. She knew.
That one not called a wide though. And that's the end of the over, end of the Shabnim Ismail over. And thanks to Chris, we have for those 13 overs, and
Chris has seen 8 wickets.
He has indeed seen
He's
8
been
wickets
the one
fall.
possibly that the Starlights were hoping weren't going to dim.
My goodness, yes, it's been carnage out there, Paul. So 4 wickets down.
It's like
Yeah.
Survivor, you know. Just it's like Jeff just keeps on dimming that light.
He does indeed, and nobody in this team has been granted immunity. That's for sure. From,
You know,
from being,
Especially when we were expecting such an explosive start, but then
Yeah.
you know everyone thought the Thistles were probably the weakest composed side, but
Yeah.
it wasn't that.
So Mate again from this the Weinberg end, and that's down the leg side, and umpire considering whether that actually came off anything.
And the impressive one out of all of this is the rookie.
Yes.
From Marinsky High.
Absolutely, from
Cushy.
Marinsky. Okay, fantastic. In
mystery.
Palabora.
Yes.
Okay, very nice. Yeah. Yeah. Deneen, sorry. Marinsky High and Deneen.
Yeah,
Okay.
so very, very good. And she's also a mystery spinner as well.
She is indeed, and she certainly has been a mystery batter. And that one is beautifully played. Maybe slightly cross-batted, but straight back past the bowler. And that
Lecter, you'd be very impressed by the fact that Cushy, as the youngest one in this game, to be able to face up to some quality fast bowling and still hold the head high in a batting order that has about 4 approaches.
Well, yeah,
in the top
definitely.
4.
I mean, it's certainly an impressive top 3, and
That's
that
a fuller
one.
one.
Yeah, nicely defended. Mate just taking the pace off that one a little bit. She's also been very impressive, Kayakazi Mate. Those 3 wickets that she has, and she's got 3 balls left in her spell. And,
Look, I think South Africa's got a really good and strong pipeline of seam bowlers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not even talking about, that's really well played by the youngster, and that's over the leg side field, which is all in the ring, and down to the mid-wicket boundary for yet another boundary, and that brings up the 50.
Really impressive.
For the Starlights, yes.
Really impressive that she's picking up the length very early, and she's able to provide the shot and find the gaps and lift it over the infield.
Really good.
So that's a very good shot there to Kyle Corner.
So the 53 off 87 balls with 6 fours, 3 of those have gone to Cushy Mystery. And
started off slowly.
She did.
Getting her bearings, and it's what you'd expect from a rookie, a youngster.
Yeah.
But she's now gotten into her own. The pace is seemingly working for her.
Yeah.
And she's doing such a great job.
It's Mate again from the Weinberg end. That one down the leg side and will be called wide this time.
Also very clever identification of the ball going down the leg side and not trying to put bat on it, just coming inside it and letting it go. White ball.
She's been impressive. How old is Cushy Mystery? Do we know? I don't have her age, but she's still at school. At the moment.
She's under 19.
Okay, so really is good to see this youngster. She enjoyed her bowling stint earlier on today. Nice off break. Still got a fair amount to learn in that sense. Spinners only mature much later in their careers.
It's heartening because I think you've got a prospect here. She's a diamond in the rough. You just need to polish and work on, and I hope that the system carries her to national honours. Oh
my goodness, that one just edging, I think, onto the pad and goes down to Alexandra Candler, who has been fielding at backward point, not getting much action actually there at backward point. Same as Lizelle Lee, not getting much action at backward point, and take a single, so she keeps the strike, which is a good thing.
It is for the Starlights, especially with Tatum Ruru on the other end. Cushy Mystery getting to 22, and that is the second highest of any batter in the innings.
Yes,
in the
match so far. So we've got all the
other
double
rookie,
numbers.
Elise Marie Marks.
Yes.
Was also
she got 20, 21.
She got 9. Last I checked, it was 19.
Okay,
but let's have a look at the score.
So it is going to be Jay DeFigueiredo.
Yeah, she got 21.
21. So second highest score of the match so far to Cushy Mystery. Yeah. And it's all the doubles. We're 55 for 8, 22 to Mystery, and we have 11 that that's about a class spot, and that is a very good running.
Quick single.
Yeah, just we saw that bunted into the leg side, and Tumi Sekakune, is it there? He's coming. He came around to field it. The captain who must be very happy so far with what's happened. I think she would have liked it to have been finished off, but not quite happened. I'm not sure if Tatum, that one, Anna Kabosh is in the covers.
So you've got three fielders on the leg, four fielders on the leg side. A fielder in deep mid wicket on the boundary, a fielder at deep square leg on the boundary, and you've got a short mid wicket as well as a mid on, probably for the mistimed sweep shot or pull shot. There it is.
Oh, that one is well over that mid wicket. Who's in there short, but Moseley Daniels is on that boundary at deep mid wicket, as Mposo nicely described for us in terms of that leg side field, and they take a single. So Jade De Figueiredo doing a job for her
and
captain
similar
here.
field to the right hander as well, leg side, square leg out, and mid wicket on the boundary.
Almost identical field, and that one is out, and that one goes over the fielder, that is Nonkululeko Tabete at the short extra cover, and Mystery goes through for two. Good shot.
Yes, and the great thing is that she is rotating the strike, making sure that the scoreboard ticks over, even though it looks very tough for the Starlights to come back here.
Yeah, 5 overs and 2 balls to go, and they need 82. So they need 42 to win, with only 2 wickets in hand, and that one is tickled around the corner. I think they'll get another 2 there, although Mystery taking the first one a bit slow, but will she get her bat down in time? Yes, she does.
Yes.
And really good running from the Starlights batters there, as they knew that
Benetti slipping there, coming from square leg, coming around. It's got a lot of ground to cover to get to that 45 spot where the ball ended up.
De Figueiredo just straying a bit down the leg side, which you can't afford to do as bowling to the right-hander. That's much better, and fielded by Mate down at a short third-man position. So.
End of the 15th over, 61 for 8. The Starlights needing 40 to win this match with 5 overs to go, so 40 off 30 balls. Boundaries have now dried up completely, but the strike rotation from Kushi Mystery and Tatum Nuru is laudable.
Not been too bad, actually. I must say. I mean, it's something that we were commenting on. I think you guys were commenting on earlier around rotation of the strike, which was not
take the easy singles, take what's in front of you, especially when you're chasing less than a run a ball in this format, against the best players in your country.
Absolutely.
Start with the singles, look for the easy ones, and Kushi Mystery is just doing that, playing what she sees. As any coach, I'd be very impressed right now.
Very happy
with the fact that she's showing the maturity to be able to identify what's going on and be able to play her natural game and also play to the conditions. And
they'll be really, really happy with the last pick on the draft, and the assistant coach.
27
of
of 31 balls, strike rate of 87. Is
not
something.
Shabby at all, is it?
Look, we're chasing less than a run a ball, and
Moseley Daniels is in now from the Weinberg end to Tatum LaRue. Nice running again as they take that to Benetti, who is here at just in front of us at mid on to the left-hander. What I'd probably think would do me, I think some of the fielders, not all your fielders have to be on the inner ring. No.
They can come in, create the angles.
I agree. Yeah.
So, for instance, that extra cover can come in to stop that ball that goes to mid on and make the batter think twice. They've just pulled out mid wicket to the boundary now.
Yeah, it's a good delivery from Daniels on the line of off stump, angling across the right hander, and played nicely though. She's getting that. You heard the crack of the willow on to the ball, and really was a nice looking straight bat from Kushi Mystery. She's looking
very good technique.
It's looking good, and can only improve as she plays more cricket. That one, that's in the gap, fortunately for her, Shabnim Ismail.
No one's going to try and take a sneaky one to Shabnim's arm.
No, definitely not. Shabnim on this edge of the circle at the sort of mid-off to the right-hander, and it's all changed now. as Tatum LaRue is on strike again. To Moselene Daniels, we have a ring field for her on the offside, 5-4 offside leg side field. We have
39 off, 38 off, 27 balls left.
Oh, that is swung into the deep, where it's Annika Bosch, and she's got a very good arm, and fires that one in.
So James,
to
the plan
Moselene
here
Daniels.
for the Starlights is to try and rotate the strike, take it as deep as possible. So
Yeah.
you probably give yourself 10 balls to try and chase whatever's remaining.
Yeah, yeah.
They currently need 37
Yeah.
off of 26 balls.
Wow.
So just, rotate the strike, preserve your wickets.
Well, I think it was well fielded off her own bowling by Moselene Daniels.
Yes.
I think you're right, Empoy. The idea is don't lose another wicket in the next next 2 overs or so, and put pressure on the bowlers. Tumi Sekakuna though does have herself to come back on. She's got one more
and
over from
she's got
Shabnam Ishmael.
Shabnam as well as
And,
Banetti, who's taken 2 wickets.
Yeah, so it's not going to be easy for
Moselene
them.
Daniels
That was really
has
good.
been on the money from ball 1.
Absolutely. You miss eye hits on that one, and just angling in middle and leg, and I don't see much swing out there, but she can swing it from.
She had
from
a little
time
bit
to
of
time.
shape,
Yeah,
I
a little
think.
bit of shape. Yeah.
Coming into the right hander, the first ball she bowled swung away.
Okay.
From the left-handed Laura Goodall. It was a wide one, but
Okay.
it showed that she has something. But she's been bowling very full.
Yeah.
That Yorker length. So not a lot of swing in, but once the ball
Right.
pitches,
Yeah.
it does straighten, and that's what got her the wicket of Annery Dirksen. So
Yeah, so Tatum LaRue is going to be facing Tumi Sekakune as there is a
and
change
Tumi's
of
got
bowling.
3 boundary fielders on the leg side of for Tatum LaRue, a fine leg, square leg, and mid wicket on the boundary,
Okay.
with mid on in the circle, and then everyone on the offside is in the circle.
In the ring, yeah. She's going to be bowling leg side, you think? Oh my goodness, that was just outside the off stump and missed everything.
And
Yeah, just
it's just
fielded,
2 runs
yeah.
there.
It's
No,
just
the
2
fielder,
buys, yes.
the
down
fielder
here.
there at fine leg doing incredible work. That's Banetti
Yeah.
coming around
Yes.
to the boundary to.
Made some significant ground around the boundary.
Very good length from Tumi. The
It was,
line
yeah.
was
Yeah.
just slightly off.
Just went through
Yeah, actually,
Trisha Chetty's
yeah, I
legs
think
there.
if you can aim for where the gloves are, where Trisha Chetty's
Yeah,
gloves are,
yeah.
you should. The right glove is.
Yes, yes.
I think she should. That's probably the perfect line.
That's sort of where she's. And that one is on the leg side. It's lifted into the leg. It bounces once where Moselene Daniels picks it up, running in from deep backward square, or deep square leg, should I say? And they take a single. So 3 off the over so far, 2 buys, and that single from Tatum LaRue, and it's going to be the
30,
impressive Mystery who's going to be facing now.
34 of 22 remaining needed in this match for the Starlights to pretty much pull this one out of the bag.
If they do, it would be fantastic. But that's a Tumi Sekakune special.
Proper death bowling there from the captain, showing her worth in this team. They've got bowlers for every situation
They
in the
do.
game. They've got death bowlers, they've got opening bowlers who take the wickets up front, which is very important in T20s, and they've also got bowlers to hold up that middle part of the innings. Done really well taking wickets at each phase.
Oh, that's nicely played by Mystery.
Here's a
One
chance.
bounce to Elise Marie Marks, and doesn't quite manage to get that in quickly enough. So it is another single.
Cushy
to
Mystery
the,
is tiring a bit there.
Yeah.
She thought she was done for, but
Yeah.
she's also playing for the cause of the
Yeah.
team here,
Yeah, she
and
is.
not just her stats. 29 right now is Cushy
good.
Mystery off 36 balls.
Great debut for her in this format of the game, Women's Super League here. With Tumi Sekakune into Tatum LaRue. Maybe 2 if they can get. No, I think they're only going to take the 1. Yeah. Tumi Sekakune herring after that one off her own bowling. She doesn't want to concede another single, another extra run.
It hasn't
so-
gone the way she's looking for wickets. I think she'd be frustrated by the fact that the stand
Yeah.
keeps on going. It's a partnership of
Does.
30 now.
Isn't that good? I mean, 39 for 8 it was, and before you came in, and Paul, and there's been a wicket drought since St Paul came into the commentary.
Which is good.
So it is good, yes, very good. It's been a really good rearguard action, which one doesn't know later on in the tournament may well prove to be important, and just a bit of a wild swing there, which we sort of haven't really seen from too much from Kushi Mystery. Probably didn't do herself
Looking for a
justice with
boundary.
that
I think
one.
she
Yeah, I
realizes
think so.
that the team needs a boundary, needed a boundary in that over.
Yeah.
But it's right now your wicket's much more important, and you rotating the strike for the
So
next
32 to
2.5.
win off 3 overs, Paul, and
It's not impossible.
it's not impossible.
And
no?
and Tatum LaRue can hit a long ball.
Yeah.
So I think it's also very good that she's on the other end with
Yeah.
Merceline Daniels looking to get her wicket.
This is Moseline's last over. It is indeed. Moseline's going to be her last over.
So you'll have Tumi
and then Shabnim,
to close it off.
Yeah.
I think probably would bowl Shabby in the penultimate over, just
probably,
to see if he can't get that
I would
wicket.
think probably after this over we'll see Shabnim Ishmael from the Kelvin Grove end, as it's Daniels from this the Weinberg end, and nicely fielded there by
Full toss there.
Mate.
Full toss there, driven straight to Kazi at extra cover.
She hit it quite well, but nicely picked up
Merceline's
by Kazi.
accuracy is
Yes.
just
Very good.
unbelievable. Her lines have just been on the stumps.
Oh my goodness! That one, Tatum LaRue.
needed-
probably would
that
have been
needed
better
a
to
cover
go.
drive.
Yeah, exactly. Probably would have been better to be
Cover
looking
drive.
offside.
Then that's sweet.
And one senses that's where Moselene Daniels wants her to be able to be playing into the offside. She's got this ring field on the offside, so
Ready for that top edge.
absolutely. And she's putting after that shot or attempted shot from Tatum LaRue, we see the deep
is-
long on going out, who is Bonetti. Yeah,
Quick single taken there by
yeah.
the two.
Yeah, that's-
Tatum LaRue realizing that she needs to rotate the strike as well.
Yeah, just with the right hand batter combination. Moselene Daniels coming over the wicket to both the left-hander and right-hander. Left arm over she is, and just hoping to sort of give her a few problems from a line point of view. Let's see how Kushi Mystery's going to handle this one. Very well, as it turns out.
Straight drive.
And that, I think that one just slipping out of Banetti's hand. Nobolunko Banetti trying to throw down the wicket
She's
at this
also
end.
just laughing.
And
just trying to figure out
it's
what's
a
going
good.
on there.
It was a.
Sometimes it just
Shabnim
doesn't
Ishmael
sit.
is still laughing on the field here at from her position where she's at mid-off to the left-handed Tatum LaRue. And this ring field on the edge of the circle persists with Daniels 2 balls left in the 18th over. Oh, nicely played. I think there's only going to be the one there though, and Bonetti makes absolutely no mistake this time. Beautiful throw in from the pace bowler, and that one just goes straight to Moselene Daniels. They take another single, and it's looking less and less like they may get that target, but 29 off just over 2 overs. Would you always say anything's possible though, Paul?
No, anything is possible, and you just never know, especially towards the back end of the innings.
Oh, that one, a full toss, maybe an attempted slower ball from Moselene Daniels, and Mystery takes her total further into the 30s with that shot and moves on to 31 at the end of 18. It's 73 for 8, a partnership of 34, by far the biggest of the innings so far. Second highest partnership of the match.
Yeah.
After that of Annika Bosch and
Mystery's on
Elise
31.
Marie. It's very good. 31 and 2 overs to go.
Yes.
28 needed.
2 overs to go.
And as we predicted, Paul, it is Shabnim Ishmael. You predicted, should I say? Shabnim Ishmael is going to be bowling the penultimate over from the Kelvin Grove end here at 6 Gun Grill, Newlands, and it is a very different Newlands. You were talking about it earlier.
Much different
compared to
Newlands
what
to
we have
where we
become
used to.
accustomed to. What we've become accustomed. with the construction
Prime
work
real
having
estate
there.
right now.
Yeah, absolutely, and certainly a big bonus for the Western Province Cricket Association. Shabnam Ismail in now. Oh, and good running and some good fielding from Alexandra Candler at mid-on, but they're through for the single. And it's, I think we're going to see some short stuff from Shabnam
now.
Oh, is that Harry up there? I think it might be Harry, or maybe it's Harriet, because we've got women's cricket at the moment, so not quite sure. They were fielding. They were sort of behind the wicket keeper earlier on. Trisha Chetty making sure that nothing got through to the Hardy Dars behind her, which was very good. And Shabnam now just changing the field around for the bigger hitting Tatum LaRue. That's really well played by Tatum LaRue through the gap on the
There you go, the
offside.
first boundary that now puts pressure on the fielding side. 23 needed off of the final 10 balls.
deliveries. Yeah, so that really was a very good shot from Tatum LaRue. The long on had just been put out, and there's a ring field on the offside. Literally as a point, cover, extra cover, and a mid-off, and that pierced the gap between Candler and Sekakune, between extra cover and mid-off, beautifully from Tatum LaRue. And this one's going to be short.
It has to be.
And that one is in the air, and oh my word,
And
De Figueiredo.
they should run two
They
there.
will run two here. De Figueiredo trying desperately to get hold of that one from her position at mid-wicket, and just evading her left hand, her stronger left hand.
We're in
So,
business now.
yeah, this is,
21
interesting.
needed off of 9.
Partnerships moved up to 41, Paul, and 80 for 8. And
This is what-
you wouldn't have given them a price at 39 for 8, would you?
Yeah, no, if you're if oh my word, 39 for 8, and now you find yourself 80 for 8.
Yeah.
Cushy and Tatum LaRue doing the business for the Starlights.
Oh, a slower
Good ball.
ball
Very
from
good ball.
Shabnam Ismail, very
Very
well
good
bowled.
ball.
And I was going to say that it's this ninth wicket pair adding a bit of spice here at 6 gun Grill Newlands.
It's very dangerous having a very powerful batter in Tatum LaRue teeing off like this and looking to tee off like this. But look, Shabnam's got the experience. Internationally, she's done everything right. So we'll just see what she'll bring out to now.
That's again good.
It's good running there.
Very good
too.
running,
It's,
good batting actually, intelligent batting from Tatum LaRue there, and certainly.
I kind of feel like they need a boundary now to just to get
Yeah,
this
they do.
possibly to about 16 to chase down. But we don't know. Anything can happen in the final over.
19 off 7, final over, and I would believe from this the Weinberg end will be bowled by Tumise Kakune. One would feel the captain taking the
She's
responsibility.
also got Banetu who's taking
She
2
does,
wickets
she does,
for
yeah.
10. But Shabnam doing well, doing very well to leave some runs in for her teammates.
Oh, that one.
Short
A
ball
good
outside the
attempt
off
from
stump, yeah.
Mystery to swing that one away on the leg side over mid-wicket, but missed it completely.
20 to win off the final over of this first match in the WSL. It looks as though Dumi will be
She will,
taking
yeah, she
that
will take
final
that.
over. Tatum LaRue, who's been hitting boundaries, and who hit a boundary in the last over, was looking very much menacing, you would say, and a lot of intent to try and find the boundary for her team.
Yeah.
That is the Starlights in this first match in the WSL.
And certainly Tumise Kakune is expecting Tatum LaRue to be going for the boundary.
And all the
So,
fielders in the offside are
yeah.
and on the leg side.
On the leg side, they're all
on-
on the
on
you
the
can have
boundary.
4 out. Obviously, it must be 4 out.
Yes.
And they're all out on the leg side.
Yes. So
yeah.
everyone's on the ring.
Everybody is
on the offside.
on the offside. Yeah, 5-4 offside leg side field, and that one's played out into the offside. Moseley Daniels comes in, and I think hopefully she hasn't pulled something there. No, she was just just sort of stumbled a little bit on the edge of the square. Sometimes difficult there on the edge of the square because the wicket sort of drops down at the edge and you've got a bit of a ridge. So she picked that one up, and it's going to be Kushi Mystery on strike. She's on 32. Tatum LaRue is on 15. They need 19 runs to win off 5 deliveries. Tumiseka Kune, probably one of the most economical bowlers in South Africa, is going to be bowling 5 balls left, and there's a ring offside, leg side field. The ring on the field is on the offside, all 5 in the circle, and on the leg side 2 in the circle and 2 out, and that's a full toss into the body. It's been swung away into the leg side, and Mosley Daniels has got a very strong arm on at that square leg position, and so they take a single, and this looks like just a bridge too far for the Starlights, but having got closer does mean that if it does come down to net run rates at the end of this tournament, this will help them.
Yes, it will, but the most important thing is you'd want to win the game.
Absolutely.
I think that's slightly a little bit further away from the Starlights, but 3 sixes are possible. 4 fours
to win. We haven't
there
seen
it
the
is
6 yet, and that one is going to be over the head.
For over the head of that
goodness.
Fielder at long on.
No. Signalled as a 6 by the umpire, but in fact that should have been 4. Okay, umpire's just checking.
Yes.
Umpire's getting a notification from the third umpire, and I think she's going to change her call. Yes, indeed. Changes the call, and the 4 is signalled, but really well hit by
yes. You
Tatum
kind of feel as though
LaRue.
Vanetti came in and
Yes,
she stood
she did.
on the line. She would have probably
would have been
taken
able
that,
to
but
take it,
I do understand probably the pressure of having that
very
boundary
difficult,
line there.
isn't it? And that one hit all the way along the ground this time by Tatum LaRue. Vanetti fields and is only a single, so 88.
They should have actually tried to push there and
2
taken the
balls
2.
to go. So the best result that they can hope for is a tie.
Yes,
But I don't see
Kushi
Kushi Mystery hitting the ball over this boundary. It's a very long boundary, actually, longer than I would have expected.
But we've seen no balls in this part of the game before.
Yeah, pressure's on. Ring field on the offside, 5-4 offside leg side field. Kushi Mystery plays that one over Tumiseka Kune's head, just over her head, and goes through for the single, and she will probably end with a dot. And not out against her name, which will be well deserved for the youngster from Limpopo. 89 for 8, and a 50 partnership for these two,
and that needs to be applauded.
Deserves a huge round of applause. 50 partnership of 50 balls in only 33 minutes with 5 fours. Well done, Tatum LaRue and Kushi Mystery. Last ball is going to be caught. It is indeed caught by Shabnam Ismail on the edge of the circle at mid-off, and that is the final ball of the innings. Tatum LaRue doing what she could to try and get a boundary, and so ends 89 for 9 after the 20 overs.
And the winner of the first match is the Thistles, with winning by 11 runs. And if we just take you through that scorecard, Thistles batted first. Nonkulego Tabete was out for 7 of 18. Trisha Chetty 2 for 7. Annika Bosch 51 of 45. She was the anchor of that innings and did it very well with 9 fours. Alexandra Candler 4 of 13. Eliz Marie Marks batting with Annika Bosch 21 of 27. She was not out. Shabnam Ishmael 3 for 6. Merceline Daniels 3 for 4. And Kaya Kazimate not out 1 for 3. They set the Starlights 101 to win. The bowlers for the Starlights were Masabata Class 3 wickets for 16 runs. Tatum LaRue 1 wicket for 10. Lee Jones 0 for 20 in her 2 overs. Ivodia Ekile 2 for 13. The mystery spinner there proving her worth, as well as Nondumiso Shangase 0 for 16 and Kushi Mystery 0 for 24. The Starlights, in their reply, we thought that they'd come out guns blazing, but they were held back by some great bowling at the top with Shabnam Ishmael and Kaya Kazimate. Lizelle Lee was out 4 for 3 off 3 balls. Andre Steyn for a duck of 4 balls. Laura Goodall 7 off 15. Nondumiso Shangase batting at number 4, 0 for 2. Anna-Marie Dirksen, 1 of 6. Masabata Class, 11 of 12. Lee Jones, 2 of 8. And then the youngster Kushi Mystery from Marinsky High in Limpopo, 34 of 44 in her debut at WSL 3.0. She was not out. Henri Grobler, 1 of 7. And Tatum LaRue, who with Kushi Mystery had a partnership of 50 or 51 balls with 20 off 20 there. The bowlers of the Thistles who won the match for them: Shabnam Ishmael, 1 of 20, Kakazi Mate, 3 of 16, Merceline Daniels, 1 of 14, Nombulumko Banetti, 2 of 10, the border bowler after 2 overs. Dumisi Kukune, 2 of 15 of her 4 bowlers overs, the captain of the Thistles. And Jay De Figueiredo, the left-arm spinner, 0 for 11. Massively strong statement of intent from the Thistles, letting you know that they are probably the best bowling attack in the WSL 3.0. The next match will be the Coronations and the Duchesses. One plays 2 from last WSL 2.0. We'll be back for them. Laura Wolfart entering the fray, Nadine de Klerk.
Interesting.
We don't have Mignon Dupre, but we've got Sinead Lys as well in the next match. So we'll be with you in an hour, less than an hour's time at 2 p.m.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us.
Yes.
We'll be on a different link.
Okay, and we'll be on a different link for that game. Just to watch out on the CSA website, CSA Twitter page, and social media pages, as well as the websites to check where that link will be.